the fighter and the kid. Had to run it back, cause we back at it again. Yeah, we gon' keep it moving like it's never gonna end. When it was Brendan, when it was Bryan, when it was just talking to friends. We got the kid Callan on the left, with the fighter on the right. Ay, had to do it right, cause we coming at you live. Back with the team, had to keep it OG. Must see TV. Had to do it. Yes, we did, cause we back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. It's the fighter and the kid.
This is really the fighter and the kid. We're out.
Come on, baby.
We got a very special fighter and Jeff.
Yeah. Last American bro, dude.
Yeah, last American bro. Bryan Callan passed away.
Yep, I
Bryan
know.
Callan has passed away.
Rest in peace.
No, he's getting his lids done again, and he's getting a toupee, so that's cool.
It's funny because I love him so much, but it's really worked out for me.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah, that's how it goes, man.
The fighter and the bro.
Somebody goes. We're like Florida State. Somebody goes down. Next guy's pretty damn good.
What do you want? An empty chair? You want
What
a
are you
Jeff?
gonna do, man? But we have to rally the troops because our boy Jelly Roll is in LA, Daddy.
Yeah, baby. Bubba, this is the first time I've been in LA in 4 years.
Wow.
You wouldn't want to be here the past 3.
It was.
Might as well go to North Korea.
It's still about everything. It wasn't as bad as far as like, like there was a lot. Of course, I did the mask thing at Kimmel, obviously, but that's
Really?
fucking Disney. Oh, that's Disney.
Well,
dude.
and that's also
I had to
Kimmel.
get nose fucked twice. I got nose fucked twice, and it was crazy.
Now, but you came to LA obviously to see me, number 1, but number 2 to do Jimmy Kimmel.
Facts. Yeah, for sure.
Big deal.
Believe it or not, you were you hooked me up with Bird, of course, and that was like the goal. And I was like, well, yeah, we'll do Kimmel while we're there.
Yeah, Kim was the
Third place.
Third place.
I am like crazy enough on a podcast saying that your podcast actually saying that I would rather do Burt, Rogan, Your Mom's House, or anything. If I had to choose, like if they were like 9 o'clock tonight, you get to do Kimmel, Fallon, or Your Mom's House. I'm like, Tom.
Oh,
For sure, right?
But also, for sure. And also, Tom's show is bigger than them.
Right, yeah. But you know what's funny?
People don't watch TV anymore.
Yeah, but as such a comedian fan, it's just for me, it's like to go talk shit with the boys.
Yeah, it's
know
a
what I
fun
mean?
hangout.
For sure.
And then also, you being on, I think just like when you told me on Kimmel, I was like, oh, that is dope, man. Because there's still that kind of, that vibe being on Kimmel. You see, like, it's just like you're blowing up, dude. Like, you're there.
For me, it was doing it because you're as a kid, like my mother's excited I'm doing Kimmel.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like any late night TV, she was like, dude, like, like her Facebook has been an omen to me playing TV for the last week. It's like just a homage. So this is a big deal. And I like it because I got to sing. Like I get to come here and talk shit. Yeah. There it was like it was a one thing I sung.
See what I said today. I said hopefully Jimmy Kimmel, like obviously they're gonna let you perform. I was like, if Jimmy Kimmel only knew how entertaining Jelly Roll is, they would sit him down and give him a mic.
Right, I know. I campaigned for it when they sent the email because Chelsea Handler's filling in for him this week, and I know Chelsea.
Yeah, she's great.
I hit her. I was like, "Yo, fucking like, who's your guest that night? Like, punt one of them. Let me get on there and talk
who was the
shit."
guest?
Don't get me in trouble.
Okay. You know what? It doesn't matter.
I don't know. I can't pronounce either one of their names.
Well, unless it was The Rock or Kevin Hart, we're kicking them off the freaking couch, man.
I felt so bad. I looked at the names and I'm like, I butchered them bad.
Ain't that a bitch?
I'm
though?
so
You
glad I
finally
didn't have to
get
meet him.
Jimmy
Like, I'm a
Kimmel.
huge fan of your Mitsutui, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the name was.
But it's just a bummer because finally you get on Jimmy Kimmel, you're hoping it's like, I don't know. Like he was like Shaq or something.
Oh, for sure. I'm like, give me Pete Davidson. Give me Pete. Give me Pete.
You know what I got when I was on the Tonight
Kardashian?
Show was like just other comics. That was
When
the
you were
worst.
there?
Yeah,
it was like a green room hangout.
No, well, I mean, I was like, oh, I wonder who this. You hope for a big celebrity because instead of not only do you get to do the Tonight Show, but then you get to meet the celebrities, like you're saying. And they're like, oh, also on your show, on your episode is Aziz Ansari. You're like, I saw him last night at the Cellar. Like that's not. Like,
I work with him, man.
Yeah, I was like, guys,
no, please book somebody else.
get some other person, some hot girl I can flirt with, and
Yeah.
yeah. But I will say, at your Kimmel, you can put it on your Instagram.
Yeah.
You'll get the footage, put that on your Instagram, then a ton of people will see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Nobody's gonna see it on TV. You'll get like 12 texts.
My dad will see it. He's gonna be
You'll
crying.
post it on Instagram. You'll get hundreds of texts like, "Congrats! Oh, Jimmy Kimmel, that was awesome." But that's how people see stuff is on the internet.
What I hope happens is there's a small needle that gets moved tonight, and it
introduces
helps me,
Yeah.
right? Not even from like meaning like Jelly Roll people tune in.
Right, no.
And there's like a clear little thing that happens where somebody from TV calls and goes, we don't know who the fuck you are, but more
like-
people tuned in for that 7 minutes than they have for any other 7 minutes this month.
See, I
You know
think
what
that's going to happen, but then I also think you being presented to the masses, like a lot of people are like, oh, that's dope. And he can sing.
And
you know
he
what I'm
can
saying?
for sure.
That-
Well, and if they put it on their Instagram, that kind of stuff, it's when it lives on the internet. That's how you get them.
You want it to be outside of your crowd. Like
Right.
your crowd, we got
For
man.
sure.
We'll do a show. They'll watch this. We're
It's like
trying
I-
to get
It's like I tell people, it's like getting a write up in it's a Variety.
yeah.
It's like you don't do that for fans. You do that for industry,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's like what I really hope happens here too is that festival bookers and people are like, oh, okay, this kid's like has a chance at critical mass pop culture.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm like the fucking rapper, rocker, country singer that hangs out with nothing but comedians and drinks himself to sleep every night, which is all true.
Yeah, I was
you know what
gonna
I'm
say,
saying?
check.
Well, who
you nailed
was
that
like
one,
that?
Jelly.
Speaking of which, cheers, boy.
Cheers, brother. I love it. You're in LA.
I love you. Thank you for just stopping your whole life. Like, yeah, dude, I've never potted at night, but I'm fucking there. I'm like, it's gonna be 8. You were like, whatever.
Yeah, for you, you're the one guy I'd pulled off for, man. You're the one guy. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel, dude, big deal. You're kind of
Huge.
Now, you know, I'm. Do you know Mike Stud at all?
Oh, of course. Yeah, I love Mike.
Yeah,
Mike is the homie.
Mike's my boy. He'll be out here next week. But
Shit.
he's another guy similar to you where he's been, preaching independent all the time, and they've thrown some bags. And he's like, I'm good. I'm gonna keep doing it myself. But you signed with
I did. Well, I worked out a really good partnership with a company. I just, what I had a moment of clarity for. One, I can only talk about this so much because of a non-disclosure agreement.
You signed with Daily Wire, right?
Yeah, but that's exactly. How did you know? Fuck. I kept ownership of my masters.
which is huge.
It's huge. I
everything.
kept 100% of my publishing still. I kept the lion's share of the streaming revenue, and I mean, like, if this would be like a fucking Floyd Mayweather Marquez fight one kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like, right? That's probably the most diplomatic way I can say it without getting myself in trouble.
So what's in it for them though? Just
Well,
having you
I
like,
think
you can
that-
only be on their network.
I was lucky that the president of the company just really believed in doing different stuff.
That's cool.
So his thing was like, look, I know I'm not going to make a lot of money off you and that it's going to be more than it's worth. But he's into legacy shit.
Yeah.
He's a dude that's like changing the face of country music. Like this record label's called Broken Bow Records. Y'all know nothing about country music, I'm sure, but I'll give you the briefing of it. Jason Aldean, Chin knows.
Yeah, I know.
The flagship
It's
artist
huge.
there. Huge. Aldean's the big one. But like Jimmy Allen's one of their artists, which is like,
Crushing it.
a black dude that dresses like a pimp and bowls every day. And it's like,
Yeah, he dresses
not what
great.
you would think. It's like,
Came from American Idol.
yeah, y'all would love each other. It's like not what you think would be a country artist. Blanco Brown, who had that real big song, "Put Your Hair Down,"
Yeah.
and Tuesday Boogie, get your hair down, and
Yeah.
took it #1 at country radio. Lainey Wilson, who's like this hippie bell bottom wearing chick that sings country music, like their whole thing is painting outside of the lines. Like they don't want to be like, hey, give me a big, tall, handsome dude with a cowboy hat that grew up in Cheyenne, Wyoming with a big country song.
Yeah,
They're like,
Luke
give me a
Bryan.
dude that, yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're like, give me a dude that does not look like he belongs here.
I dig that.
And let's make it work.
Yeah.
So I just kind of, lucky for me, Jonathan Loba and Adrian Meatball Michaels were like, yeah, dude, we're into this different shit.
That's
Because
dope.
all these labels wanted to put me in like pop. They were like, yo, what if we get you a song with Charlie Puth? And I was like, I'm not interested. I was like, I want to play the Grand Ole Opry. I'm from Nashville.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to, So finally, and then I'd go to the record labels and that's when they were like, hold on. You want us to take a dude with a nickname, a criminal record, face tattoos, and permanent gold teeth and put out a rock and roll or a country record? They were
Correct.
like, get the fuck out of here. And this dude was like, yeah, no problem. We're going to take you straight wherever you want to go. There goes the Grand Ole Opry debut.
Damn.
It was
Nice,
incredible.
dude.
They did it. They told me they were going to do it, and they did it.
This is the record label?
Yeah. So it's like when they came in, I said, look, I just kind of like you. I'm like, I've got all of I make my own music, write my own songs, produce my own records, shoot my own videos, put my own content out. I just need you to get me the stuff that I can't get as an independent.
Correct.
Right? Can you get me to radio?
Yeah.
Can you get me to Kimmel?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like my publicist, I got a publicist for the first time in my life. When I came to LA, she couldn't book me nothing because I booked myself.
Yeah.
with the stuff I wanted to do. I was like, yo, Shab
Took that
hooked me up. I'm
$5,000
doing
though,
Bert.
didn't she?
No, she's awesome though. She did Kimmel, right? She's doing her job. She's
a big
doing great.
deal, yeah.
So she's but she's like, yo, do you want to do this? And I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. You don't understand. I'm with the homies. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like a comedian in spirit. I'm going to see
Yep.
Shab. He hooked me up with Bert. I'm gonna go see Bert. You know what I'm saying? I got my own. I got a circuit here. I was like, I'll be all right. I'm cool.
Yeah, with those PR, I had for my special, I was going to hire a PR firm. And then I go, okay, what can you do for me? And they're like, all right, well, tell us what you already have. And I gave them this list. I was like, these are all my boys. This is what I have.
Yeah.
And what can you do? And they're like, we cannot beat that.
No.
Like, there's
Publicists
nothing
are
to do.
tough that way. Like my manager, like no matter what he books, no matter what my agent books, they only get 10% of it. But they only get paid if I get that 90%, you know? Whereas the publicist just takes $5,000 and goes, yeah, we got nothing for you this month. You're like, well, you didn't do anything and I still got to pay you? They're like, yeah, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I don't think this is my thing.
Yeah,
They
no, I
get
don't
paid
think
for
it's
effort.
anything.
They get paid for effort. They can say,
insane.
well, we really reached out to a lot of people.
Yeah, they make you feel bad.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted you. You know,
Oh, man.
That's a,
Fuck, I'm getting cold.
yeah, what's
Yeah.
going on here?
I'd rather pay my therapist.
Can I
for
ask
this
a
drama.
dumb question to you?
Of course.
Where did the name Jelly Roll start?
Oh, this is a good question. My mother started
I don't
it.
know this.
Yeah. My mother. I was a chunky kid, and she called me Jelly Roll, and I spent the last 35 years trying to grow into the name.
Yeah.
I think I've done her proud.
Well, it's
You know what I'm
like that.
saying? I don't think I let her down at all.
Even if you don't know what it is, you'd be like, you want a jelly roll? They'd be like, I don't even know what that is, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Sounds
the,
good.
the curse of it was I had to beat a famous blues player, a famous harmonica player, and the goddamn pastry on Google. You know how fucking hard that was
That
to
is-
beat
But you
the
did it,
fucking
yeah.
pastry?
That is a beast.
Jesus, dude, it was. Oh, there's a famous harmonica player called Jelly Roll Johnson. I've known about him
What a
forever.
great name.
Fucking so sick. And
He plays the harmonica,
Yeah. So
you
listen,
know?
watch. Here's the thing. His name is Jelly Roll Johnson, and I met him at the Grand Ole Opry last Saturday.
He doesn't look like a jelly roll.
Nah, he's a pretty thin fella. This is back when he was a chunky monkey. He's a smaller guy now, but he's like crazy famous harmonica player.
Really? He's nice on the, on the
Yeah. Oh,
harmonica.
he's a bad
like-
motherfucker.
At
Geriatric
all the-
jelly roll or something, you know?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
kicks ass though, but we got to hang out. I finally met him, and I thought he was going to hate me.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude's going to despise me because I'm sure he's like, the first thing he said was like, I get emails from your fans all the time.
Like talking shit?
No, just like
You're not the real
no,
Jelly.
No.
Yeah,
we know the real
They
Jelly
think,
Roll.
They think he's me. So they're just
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
they're just
interesting.
like, hey, you want to grab lunch or something? He's like, what? But he actually ended up being really cool.
I don't think you're hateable in any capacity.
Jelly?
Yeah.
No,
I'm
you're
pretty-
very likable.
pretty-
You're
pretty
approachable.
lovable.
You're talented. You got a cool look. I will say, like this 40 years ago or something,
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have a lot of people approaching you.
Yeah.
They go,
right.
that's a problem. But like in modern times, like you're like, that's
the guy.
Yeah, cool, nice,
Yeah.
fun,
Well,
thank
drinks,
you.
hangs.
Well, think about it, too.
for
Like,
sure.
the biggest guy in music, probably Post Malone.
Yeah, for sure.
Tattoos all over his
Right.
fucking
Oh, the
face.
best part
Like
is
my
how often I
grandma
get
would go,
compared to him.
is he safe? And you go, yeah, grandma.
Yeah.
You know, but like, like now.
Teddy Swims came by the show last night. I don't know if y'all know Teddy, but
Yeah.
he's one of the best
So
singers
dope.
on
Such a dope
fucking.
singer.
Really?
I'm going to turn you on to the studio.
Incredible
It'll change your
singer.
life.
Yeah?
Incredible.
I don't even want you to pull him up. Well, pull it because he's my
Yeah.
friend.
Let me
but
see what he looks like.
God, yeah, because he looks like me. As far as like
I thought you said his name was
handsome
Titty
big guy.
Swim. Like, I'm into this.
Titty swim.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, this is Teddy.
Bring her up, but
That's
it's a
an
guy.
OnlyFans
So
account.
Yeah, no,
never
this
mind.
is Teddy.
Oh, he looks sweet.
Yeah, for
he
sure.
looks like you and Post Malone had a baby.
For sure. But let me tell you something, dude. If he's in a room right now, I call him my twin, but if he's in here singing, I'm leaving.
He's
that
really
good of a singer. He's such a good
Insane,
singer.
dude.
Really?
Me and Chin would
Insane.
shut the fuck up.
What kind of
and Chin
songs
can
are we
sing,
talking
too.
about here?
R&B, everything. Like, he's just so soulful.
It's so good.
Oh man,
You gotta
He's
check him
got
on
that
YouTube.
clip. He's got
I love
that,
his
You know what?
vibe.
Pull up the clip. The one he just dropped. That just a small town girl.
I love his
Is it on his
vibe.
Instagram?
I don't know. I'm sure it was, but it was.
With
I'm
that,
gonna hook y'all up. You got to get him on the pod.
You got
You'll
9
fucking
unchecked
love this
messages
dude.
if
Oh
you
look,
wanna check.
I'll post about you on Kimmel. Yay.
with
in
that
there.
look and that, if he's as talented as you guys
Probably the top right chin.
So
You
no,
should
he's
do,
actually
like,
doing.
some-
Yeah, it's like him sitting in
He's-
a place with a piano. I'm sure you've
he's
seen
singing
it
with
crazy
Megan
about
Trainor
it.
right here.
He's got a big Megan Trainor
Yeah.
record that's out right now.
Oh, so he's already massive.
Yeah, no,
I was
for
gonna
can
say
do it on
he'd win
YouTube.
like any single
but he's
show
like
in the
all
world.
tattooed on his face and shit.
Well, let's just hear a little bit of this.
This is simple.
Maybe to where you are, others who broke my heart.
God.
They were like northern.
Yeah, but what kind of gig is this?
If I had listen,
shit.
if I had a pussy, I'd give it to him right now.
Oh my god,
Just
dude.
fucking-
He can sing.
Yeah,
What was it
it's-
again, Jelly? You said
No, it's he did the just a small town
Just a
girl.
Small
He
Town
literally
Girl.
was just doing it
There,
like in an alley.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Journey.
You'll
The
see it,
Journey
you'll see it.
record. He's just
Yeah, check
singing
this
this in like a subway or some shit.
Town girl, living in a lonely world.
That's not like through a
Jesus.
microphone.
Right.
There's no editing on that.
Dude,
I
he's so
fucking
good.
hate him.
Unreal.
God, why am I showing everybody this? I just lost every fan I have.
No.
South Detroit,
Oh,
he took the midnight train going anywhere.
all right.
What is he, the
All
best singer in the world?
Ever. And all
What in the
time.
fuck?
He doesn't miss. He's
Lil
100%
Bras told me
of the
about
time.
him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's 100%. So he comes to the show last night,
Yeah.
and we're hanging, and we were talking about that, like how he's tatted up, but he just has this big pop record with Meghan Trainor coming out, Post Malone. Like, there's a shift of that shit in the game right now that's dope. Because
Yeah,
I was sitting there
tattoo my
like
face.
just blackout drunk.
Last night?
Yeah, we got drunk last night, so we're like blackout drunk at Troubadour.
After the show?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was fucking smacked. Well, I got smacked. What's today? But anyways, I got smacked the first night I got here.
Today's Wednesday?
You're asking the wrong guy.
It's Tuesday.
Okay, so
Tuesday night.
yeah. Not to date it, but whatever. I got here Sunday night, and we went. So I got drunk twice on Sunday.
Okay.
I got to share the story, which is awesome. I had a 6 a.m. flight, and I got drunk on the first flight.
Nice.
I drank 2 margaritas and 5 double vodkas and sodas. I don't even drink vodka.
That'll do it.
I got fucking sliced. I mean, completely inebriated on the plane. And it was like the first time I had a flight attendant that not only was like, normally they're like policing you.
Yeah.
This dude turned into a bartender. He was like twisted. He was like
Yeah, he
making
liked
me
you.
drinks
He's like, this guy's
unannounced.
fun.
Yeah.
He's like doing a comedy routine
Well,
for me. He's showing me hiking
Bro,
shit.
Well, A, he was trying to say your dick. B,
Flight attendant. What are we splitting hairs here? Yeah.
I've been there, man. But also, that's that first class treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
ever
that's
did?
rare
that
air
first
for
class,
me.
They let it.
It's the first time I flew first class for an extended enough time for them to get me drunk.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is interesting. So I landed drunk.
Interesting.
And then when I sobered up enough, I was like, I'm tired. So then we just went to the Rainbow Room and got drunk again.
Nice.
Your girl was with you?
Yeah, we went and marched. We took it from the Rainbow Room to Saddle Ranch.
Oh, damn.
It was a ball.
Are you staying at the Chateau?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, damn,
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah, we're having a
We
good
made
time.
it.
Yeah, we're
That
having a
place is
really good
haunted,
time,
but we
dude.
made
Yeah,
it.
for sure, dude. I'm all about
That's where
that
John Belushi died. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, some wild time. Oh, that's also where a lot of the videos of Biden Jr.
Yeah.
a lot of it's in the Chateau. Yeah.
I bet our President Biden haunts that place now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's dead, right?
And Hillary Clinton. Yeah. He's dead. She's dead, right?
He's dead. I think they're
Yeah.
all dead. I don't know.
Yeah, Chateau Marmont. There's some classic stories there, man. Boys get wild there. Yeah. Yeah, Belushi died there.
I wish you lived closer to me. Yeah, I'm get drunk every night.
Where are you?
People just judge me,
You're here?
I need a guy to go get drunk with.
Where do you live out here?
I live here. Yeah, I live close.
Yeah. I'll
You're
move out
Nashville
here for
guy.
you. Listen, I never thought I'd ever live in LA until I came to your studio today.
Yeah, it's nice out.
When I got off the exit, I was like, this isn't LA.
Right?
This is like Spring Hill, Tennessee.
Yeah, to me, like when I think of LA, I think of this. Like
Yeah.
everyone thinks of Hollywood and all that craziness.
Hollywood is dark.
Actually, where I live in Sherman Oaks, we had a bar that was open every single night of the pandemic, including the lockdown.
Hell yeah.
And they're like, we don't believe in this shit. We gotta pay our mortgage, and we'll take whatever fine the city gives us.
Are they still there? Or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was dope though. I got COVID from there,
Yeah, that's all right.
but it was awesome. I was like, I'll be fine.
What's
you
the place called?
And everybody's so. It was called the Woodman, but I have
yeah.
a better bar right next to it.
That's
It's
right,
a dive
Woodman.
bar called the Chimney Sweep, which is
Yeah.
the best bar in the world, in my opinion. There's a guy.
You want to go get drunk tonight?
Yeah, dude. I'm already gonna be at the sweep anyways.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, dude.
All right, cool.
I
You'll
went to-
love this place.
I went to a Lakers game with Jeff, and we're driving back home. You know, I got kids, man. I gotta be up at fucking 5:30. We're driving back, and he's like, "Hey, man, you want to go to the bar?" I'm like, "No." And do what, dude? I could be up. He's like, "All right, just drop me off." I got this solo.
Instead
dolo.
of taking me home, we just, I
Yeah, I
just dropped
dropped
and
the
went to a bar.
savage
by
off
myself.
at some random like Cheers bar. And
God, I fucking love
Yeah, I
you.
was
No,
like,
but the
oh,
Chimney
shit.
Sweep, bro.
I was like, "You're from 1992, Jeff?"
Yeah, I am, dude. Last American bro.
Yeah, you are,
No, so we got the Chimney Sweep. This is my favorite. This is my favorite story about the Chimney Sweep. Me and my buddy Willie are there. Very funny comedian Willie Simon. We're there, and this dude gets up and just starts a fight. Just no reason. Walks over to the table. Someone looked at him wrong. He just starts fighting this guy. So they get him out of there. It's kind of exciting. We're all gossiping about, that's pretty fucking cool to see a fight. And then the next night we're there again. Same guy starts a fight with a different dude. Another fist fight, gets kicked out.
This guy needs a therapist.
Third night in a row, the same guy has nobody to fight with, so he just attacks for no reason, tries to blindside the door guy. The door guy's a big guy. And so they take care of that. They kick him out. I say to the bartender, Maury, I go, Maury, why do you guys keep letting that guy in? He's getting a fight 3 nights in a row. She goes, oh, well, he sells drugs here.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't kick him out.
I thought she was going to be like, he actually owns the place.
Yeah, wouldn't you think that's also not allowed? But now he's protected.
Bro, this bar, it sounds like you go to the Always Sunny in Philadelphia bar.
Oh, dude.
That's what it sounds like.
It is a divey. Like there's homeless people, and then also you see like Hillary Duff playing like darts.
Yeah.
Like it's like got the whole gamut of life. And the bartenders pour whiskey like that big. You pay like $4. You get a whiskey.
Oh,
It's
yes,
amazing.
that's fine.
Kelly's there.
I'm
It's
in.
the
I'll
best.
go tonight.
You two are going to be
Absolutely.
trouble together.
Yeah,
it's
we're
gonna be
going. Do we have to pass there to get to Hollywood?
Actually, you
you
will.
do.
Yeah, because Sherman Oaks is right there.
Yeah, we'll swing through and have some drinks on our way to the Rainbow Room.
Now,
Absolutely.
does your brother drink too?
Oh yeah, fucking like a fish. He's probably out there stealing shit.
probably
right?
drinking shit.
My brother's probably out there right now just stealing the bottles you give us anyway, just pocketing them,
Or our
pouring them.
cameras.
If you guys, yeah, for sure. No.
he's got no
He'd
interest
only
in that.
steal drugs. Yeah.
Now, did you guys grow up close?
Yeah, dude, I'm so close with my whole family.
Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty sweet.
For sure. That's my older brother. He's my middle, really. We got one older. I'm the baby. We got one older than him. Got him, and I got an older sister than me.
And they've all supported you?
Oh, dude, we've been cool. We've been as close as thick as thieves our whole lives.
I'm so jealous of that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. You know how rare that is? Do you know that's really rare?
Yeah, I
we
was
didn't realize it
expecting
until now.
Not a lot of guys with face
That's why I love
tattoos
Jay
talk about
so
how much they
much.
love their whole family.
Oh, dude, we're great. Well, we're all super white trash. So
No, but that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm like jealous
We're a
of
big
that.
old white trash bash. We
And
just
he's
totally
not
do.
like jealous. Like they
He's
celebrate.
fucking hilarious, by the way. He's
Yeah?
the funniest human on earth.
Does he have any skills as far as singing or anything?
No, dude, he's literally just fucking wild. It just fucking has been my whole life.
Does he work? Is he like your road manager?
No, it's even crazier, man. I can't afford him. He got into when he got out of prison. He got
he went to
into
prison too?
fuck, we all been unfortunately. It's like a family tradition. in
Let's
our
talk
family.
about that.
It's like graduating college with
Yeah.
us. It's like, oh, you got your degree
He
too.
did his 4
Yay.
years. Yeah.
It's your Mormon mission.
He came
After
home
a
and he
certain
figured
point, you had
he
to go
got
to
into
prison.
like engineering. Yo, Scott.
Yo, Scotty.
Yo, what do you call that shit besides surveying? You got a cool word for it now. He does like LiDAR. Like, what do you call it? Civil engineering or something? He does like 3D. So like ultimately he surveys, but he does the new style of it, like the LiDAR, 3D imaging, like drones and all that shit. He's like the dude that
I don't
he can go.
understand any
If
of
you
this.
get a piece of property, call my brother before
yeah?
you pay a survey, dude. My brother will be the dude that'll come out and be like, "Yeah, you're fucked. That's swampland. That's bad,
I
man.
gotta
This
be
is
honest,
the
I
only
was
place
not
you can build."
expecting
None of this LiDAR.
No, because he's all tatted up and drunk. He's fucking just like
and how
me.
long was he in
And he'll sit here and do rails of coke the size of that Terramana bottle. he'll be in here doing Motley Crue lines of cocaine. He's fucking a complete.
Oh, it's so
he just got out of jail and was like, "Yeah, I got to figure." Well, it started just surveying. He just somehow got into like.
What put him in the slammer?
I think it was like an old drug case or something.
Yeah.
That's so. That's not
shit,
count. That's not fair
Yeah,
drug
for sure.
stuff.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, and then he was like fucking after like his 3rd or 4th time in jail. I was young. I'd go visit him all the time. So he came home and got into fucking like surveying or something.
Did you walk into jail when you were visiting him, like with the way you walked into the studio? Like, this is all right. Maybe we should have.
Yeah,
I should
Yeah,
visit. I should visit this spot.
I was like, yo, my brother was here. This is all right.
Yeah,
This
it
isn't
ain't
bad.
bad.
Yeah, fuck. I got friends for sure. I'm a D Ford.
And he's the oldest.
Yeah, well, he's the second oldest. Our oldest brother's in the meat business like my father.
And did he?
This is dope. This is shit I never talk about on
No, I love it. And did he also go to prison?
No, he's the only one that stayed kind of
Loser,
straightforward.
am I
Yeah,
right?
right. Fucking
Yeah.
loser.
Black sheep.
Fucking
The
square.
guy that didn't go to jail is the black sheep.
Roger's actually the one who followed our father's footsteps. Our father was in the meat business and wholesale meat and poultry and stuff. We used to run a sausage truck back in the day, back when the meat trucks would come to your house.
Yeah.
We're all, I don't know. I think we're all too young to remember, but there was a time where like meat trucks would come to your house.
Like the milkman.
Like the milkman.
Yeah,
And they'd pull up to the neighborhood. And it was like the ice cream truck. Everybody knew the meat man was there. And
God,
you'd
why
go
get
buy
rid
your
of
shit.
that? That
It was
sounds
so
lit.
I like
fucking
that kind of
awesome,
stuff.
right?
Fuck Postmates.
Yeah, so it's like he turned into a wholesale business and started doing independent barbecues and shit like CB Smith's and buy rights before Walmart came and fucked up.
All you
everybody's
guys are
money.
pretty fucking smart. And then what's the sister do?
The sister has actually got a master's in psychology and she's a lunatic. She doesn't do anything with it, but she literally went and got a master's degree to figure out herself.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
who she is as a human.
The most expensive
Because we all
therapy
grew
in
up
the
poor
world.
enough that she could get a full ride to any school for the whatever scholarship.
Yeah.
So she was like, yeah, fuck, I'll just go figure this shit out. And went and got like a full degree in psychology because she was like, I was just tired of being crazy.
And
I
does
know
nothing
why.
with it.
Yeah, she just raises her daughter and fucking just chill.
Raising the daughter.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she's a full-time gig. She's also really smart. She's the one I call when I want to laugh or talk about real shit.
Damn. That's not expected.
Because she's funny as fuck, too. Yep.
Show.
No, I got a wild fucking family.
Yeah, they don't
And they're
sound
as
too
white
wild.
trash as they can be.
Really?
I grew up white trash, and all my sisters.
We have
and
drinking
family are
contests.
losers.
That same brother in there once pissed on my kitchen table at Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we had a drinking contest. He got blackout drunk, pulled his willie out in front of the whole family. Everybody, 40 people, Thanksgiving dinner, turkey on the table, and just let it ride right there.
Everyone's
Never
cool
woke
with it?
up.
It's
No.
it's like
Hell
12 too, dude.
no. We tried to stop him. He just wouldn't stop. He just kept pissing.
He's a wild boy.
He's wild.
Yeah, dude.
I got
Wild
a
boy.
video. Hey, if I send you the video,
I
will
got
you
a
show a
video.
piece of it? Okay. You're going to have
Wait,
to blur
why
out
would
his
you?
dick.
Who video? There was
My
one-
wife. She was
got it.
like, "Oh, this is great." He's
No, but
pissing
that
right
must
now.
not be that long ago. I pictured like he was 10 years old.
No,
this
this
is
is
like
like. What are you
last
talking? This was
November,
like.
dude.
Yeah, it was like. It was the fucking. It was the same day I hung out with y'all for Thanksgiving for cake and a steak.
That's right. We had Thanksgiving
Yes,
dinner at
literally.
Field's
That's-
house.
The fucking next day, my brother blacked out, drunk, and pissed all over our floor. That brother right there. I'm gonna send you this video.
Please
I
send it
swear
to
to
me.
God for this podcast.
Send it to me.
Please do.
Is your
Hopefully
brother
that's a big dick on him.
indigenous people? He's mad at Thanksgiving.
So
He's
we're like a
fuck the
competitive
Pilgrims.
family. So once we all started drinking, between me, him, and our older brother, it normally turns into some shit.
I feel like you've won.
I'm undefeated.
That's what, dude. When people say, "Oh, I drink," I'm telling you, you don't drink like jelly.
For sure.
Actually,
I've never seen
a few
you like
times
it.
ago that I was on this podcast, we brought you up because when we were all in Nashville, like I'm gone and I'm
the
pretty
Soho
good at
House?
drinking, and he's already left the place, and
Yep.
you're still going around with shots of tequila at
Yeah.
Soho House. Going, you want another one? I'm going.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't, but
Yeah,
sure.
no, you drank with me, but you were on the ropes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if we had to walk a straight line to settle that bet, I'm winning.
Yeah,
for sure.
The
Yeah,
shape in which you walked out and I walked out.
Oh,
yeah,
for
it
sure.
was
Well,
awesome.
I'm a drunk, but like I think you're a big guy.
My favorite thing was that night is the next day, Lucas. David
Lucas,
He
yeah, he's
ended up
great,
on.
right?
He was on Kill Tony,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, I almost got kicked off my flight this morning." Tony was like, "Why?" He's like, "You ever heard of Jelly Roll?" Tony Hinchcliffe's like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, he's like a country gangster guy." David's so funny. He's like, "Anyways, I drank with him with like all the Austin white trash rednecks." Room was like, "Yeah, Jelly Roll."
Yeah.
It was awesome. I was like, "Yeah, I'm posting this."
Yeah.
That is fascinating because, like, anytime you're getting kicked off a plane for being too drunk, they're basically suggesting you're too drunk to sit. You're just sitting there, like you
That's
think
it.
a pass.
I was not allowed to get on a plane once. Only time this happened in my life, I was coming out here to do during Super Bowl weekend. I was flying out here in the morning to do a. We were supposed to do the fight thing, the California
fight campaign. That's right.
I forgot what fight it was, but it was Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah.
I was coming. I had a 6 a.m. flight, and I just drank through the night. And I showed up too drunk, and they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't even let me check in though. So it wasn't like I couldn't sit down. I just fucked myself. I walked in there like nobody cared, smelling like weed. I just like
can't
I was
be on the
lit. I think I
plane.
was on blow. I'm like fumbling for my phone. I can't find my ID. I'm like, can I just do the thing? Because you can fly without an ID. You just got to.
Yeah, you go just Google me.
Yeah,
My
you
man,
done that?
dude, my
I've been
man
flying
Mark,
with a Costco card. For
he's
months.
with me on the road all the time. He gets out his Costco card.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, TSA, what are we doing here? Look at this guy. How the fuck you let him fly on a
you gotta
Costco ID?
That's
Do they make you answer the questions? Have you ever had to go through that?
They put you through all the extra security, but I didn't want to go to the DMV, but I finally did get it. But it was like 6 months of.
I was like, Mark,
Did they
please
ever
get
do
ID.
the quiz though? Like the one time I did it, they had a thing where you could like. They were like, "What car did you own in 2002?"
I haven't had that. They give me the extra security and.
Yeah, I asked them to do that when I couldn't find my ID
Yeah.
to come
Yeah.
do
And they
fight
did it?
competition. They knew I wasn't ready for
Dude,
it.
I lost all faith in TSA. Mark has flown several times with a Costco ID.
And then-
Nothing else.
In Arizona, we show up and I'm like at the pool in the Airbnb, and I reach in my board shorts pocket and pull out a gram of cocaine. I'm like, oh, this was in there. I forgot about it months and months ago.
Hold on. Let's tell the story.
Yeah.
So he takes forever to catch. He was going to miss the plane because I don't know what the fuck. They're scanning him. They go through every single piece of his luggage. We get to the Airbnb in Phoenix. Mark's being a crazy ass, and he's doing cartwheels by the pool, and he does a cartwheel, and this bag of cocaine falls out. I go, whoa, dude. And Mark goes, crazy ass goes, ooh, coke. Picks it up. He picks it up, and I go, and he's like, oh, I forgot it. I got this in Mexico like years ago. I've been looking for this years. And then I go, cool. Bro, you realize TSA went through every piece of your luggage and didn't find any of this shit. He's like,
So we had to do it before we flew back.
Yeah, was it still good?
It was.
It's not like mushrooms; it doesn't lose its thing.
I know that was a long time ago, but Elvis used to just show up to the airports with no identification and be like, I'm Elvis.
Yeah.
And they would go,
that's a fair point.
That's
good
pretty,
point,
he's so famous.
You know,
He just goes, "What, I'm Elvis.
You know, to this day, Queen Elizabeth doesn't have a passport. She travels all around the world without any ID. It's Queen Elizabeth.
Makes sense.
Yeah, there you go. We trust it.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Listen, have y'all seen the Elvis movie yet?
Yeah, wait, which one? Oh, the new
One
one.
that just
Sorry.
came out. I'm
see
going
it.
to see it Sunday.
I
We
really
booked
want
the whole theater out.
Have you seen Elvis and Nixon?
I went to Graceland. I played Graceland recently. They have a concert venue there, and they took me on a private tour after hours at night of Elvis's Graceland, and I'd never been, even being from Tennessee. You been?
No,
You-
I'm not the. I like history, and especially how big Elvis was. Elvis, if there's a book that his manager wrote before he passed away, and you realize that this manager completely fucked Elvis's career.
Yeah.
He was so selfish, made horrible decisions, wouldn't let Elvis travel to do like huge international tours because he didn't have a passport. So he turned it down and forced him to do Vegas. And he knew like Elvis didn't do well if he was in the same spot all the time. So he forced him to do Vegas. And that's when Elvis started doing drugs and all this shit because he hated being in Vegas all the time. The guy
really?
Oh, it's a dark, dark story. Yeah, it's horrible.
And it's in a. But this dude wrote this book about himself.
yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, have
Like,
you seen
I would
Elvis
like to let y'all know.
Elvis
How
and
he like
Nixon?
fucked him.
Yeah, that's
The movie
fucking-
Elvis and Nixon?
No.
There's a movie about Elvis. He wanted to be able to fly with a firearm because he was like a gun nut. And so he's like, well, the only way you can fly is if you become a marshal or whatever. So he's like, well, who can make me a marshal? Well, you go to all this school, you could do all this shit, or you could just, the president is another way if he tells you. He's well, I'm so famous, I'll just meet with the president. But it was before cell phones, so he just went and bought a hotel room by the White House, rolled up to the White House, said, I'm Elvis, I'm here to meet the president. And they're like, well, you've got to have an appointment. He goes, all right, well, just here's my number in the hotel room I'll be at, like, to have the president call. And he just sat by the phone for days, drunk. And Elvis, or at the time, Nixon's like, I'm not meeting that punk ass like guy that shakes his wiener around. Like I'm a real. He didn't like celebrities and stuff. But his interns were like, it might be good. You're up for re-election, and like
Elvis, a big
getting
name,
a photo with
young
him
crowd.
might help. And he was like, nah, I don't want to do it. And he goes, all right, 5 minutes. I'll give him 5 minutes. After a week of them trying to convince him, it's all in the movie. He shows up in a cape, dressed like a jackass, to meet Nixon, who already hates him.
He's dressed like Evil
But
Knievel.
Elvis is so charming that the meeting turned into like an hour-long meeting, and Elvis convinced Nixon that like the Beatles were these like hippie-ass punks that were coming to infiltrate America and steal all their girls and not be like America.
Yeah, and he's right.
And Nixon was like, yeah, you're right. And he also did the kata for him. He did like this karate thing for Nixon. Like he's a psycho. And Nixon
he's awesome.
became friends with, a great psycho.
Yeah.
And so then Nixon made Elvis a marshal
Just
so
off
he
that
could
one
fly
meeting.
with guns.
Tight.
What?
It's so
Are
dope.
you a big Elvis fan?
Well, of course, I love a lot of his music, but I just didn't. Admittedly, I didn't realize how big he was.
Man.
Until I went to Grace. I mean, I knew he's big. He's Elvis. I get it. But it's like, I know the business now. So I'm like walking through and they're like, yeah, he sold 50 million records of this record. I'm like, 50 fucking million
old days.
CDs?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, he was Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Before Michael Jackson. I mean,
time, Joe.
My mom gave me all of her
It's
Elvis records, and there's
insane how big he
hundreds.
was.
I'm like, how does one guy have hundreds of records?
That's all he did.
dude.
But like hundreds.
Nuts.
No, it's insane. When you look at, you talking about the U.S. Marshal thing, he was like given a sheriff's badge in like every city in America. They have him hung up in like his wardrobe case, like his trophy case.
Yeah, he's
Fucking
such a
nuts.
savage. I'd love to see that movie.
Yeah, dude, we're going to see it. The whole family's going. We're fucking.
Did you see
stoked
the
about it.
James Brown movie?
Get On Up?
Yes.
Yes, fuck yeah.
I love that because he changed the game really for entertainers who do live stuff. Because he was the one like, hold up, why do I need a promoter?
Yep.
He's like, why don't I just
Didn't he,
do it?
didn't he
And then
beat
cut
the hell out of a
middleman.
bunch of women?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he beat a lot of ladies up. Right?
Right.
That part's not in the movie.
Oh, it's not?
He slapped a gun around.
I
Well,
just
it's
don't-
like they
I just
still
don't know if I'm
deny that
confusing-
Elvis partied. when I'm going through Graceland, I'm like, all right, so where did he shoot heroin at? And they were like, excuse me, Mr. Presley would have never done those kind of drugs. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I was like, didn't he die on the shitter with a needle in his arm? They're like, this is all lies. I was like, I don't like your version of the story.
Yeah.
You know, this is the lady giving me the Graceland tour. I was like, no, lady, listen, you did not bring me here to tell me they wasn't snorting cocaine off of fucking assholes in the jungle.
Dude, he was.
I came to hear that.
Oh, he was a wild boy. With
Fuck, that's what I heard. He was a fucking
the wildest. But
gorilla.
It's also like when you go to Dallas and they have the JFK like assassination tour.
Oh, yeah.
Mark was with me. I think, my brother was
Fort Worth, right?
And, no, it's in Dallas.
Oh, it's in
right in the
Dallas?
downtown Dallas. He got shot from the library there. But there's a guy giving a tour. And I go, hey, real quick, where's like the real tour? He goes, this is. I go, no, it's not, dude. Lee Harvey Oswald didn't do this. The guy did, and I went through because he did. I got my black belt in fucking JFK. I'm like, no, dude, come. And I'm going through all it. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but that's not what we do here.
Played dumb.
I'm like, no, I get that, but where can I find that?
Yeah, like where's that guy?
Yeah, where's
he's
the
out here taking my money?
I was like, where's the real dude? Because this narrative you're pushing, I'm not buying.
Have you guys been to the actual building the sniper was in?
Oh, you know that? Yeah. That one.
Have you guys been to Paisley Park?
What's that?
It's where Prince was in Minnesota. Or Minneapolis.
I'm not the biggest Prince fan.
So listen to this. I didn't know anything about Prince. So I go to Paisley Park. It's like a Costco. It's like this big warehouse, right? And they walk you through. This dude basically lived there. Like it'd be like if you lived here and all you did was just make podcasts and write jokes and you never saw your family and they hated you and. So anyways, so every night people go to Paisley Park and just buy a ticket, drink beer, and if he didn't come out and perform, they'd be like, well, we tried. We had beers at Paisley Park. So he always had an audience. There was always an audience if he wanted to come out and play piano. They treated it's amazing. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because I took the tour because I know nothing. I know nothing about Prince. So I'm taking the tour. It's like me and a bunch of fat like Minnesota tourists, you know, like cameras around their neck, like sweet. Nice people, Midwest.
You don't have to backtrack. I fat shame too. Fuck fat
I'm just saying, like,
fat
picture
people
like
need to do better. Okay?
Picture what you'd picture a stereotypical tourist.
He's like fucking fat people. We looked up, was like very nice Minnesota people.
He's like,
okay. No, I meant they were.
I'm a fat shamer myself.
They're innocent. You know, they're innocent.
Beauty's
people.
On the inside. It's all good.
Yeah.
No, so
I'm a Lizzo fan.
As long as you're healthy.
As long as you're happy inside.
They're like innocent-eared people is why I was saying that. And I'm like a loose-lip fucking drunk comedian.
For sure, yeah.
So I'm on the tour. I'm on the tour with a couple other comics, and we get to the part of the tour where Prince is making out with a chick in this movie, one of his movies that he was in. And I said to the tour guide, I say, oh man, Prince was into like chicks? And they all gasped, like, oh, of course. That's what reminded me. Is like, they were like, of course Prince was into it. Oh, of course Prince.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy for assuming this dude's sweet like bear meat. You know what I'm saying?
That's my thing.
He's wearing glitter on his, you know, he's this big. He's got high heels. And I'm crazy for thinking he was a gay guy.
What he said about the heels is the most gangster shit on earth. They asked him with Prince. This is a Prince quote because I fuck with Prince. He said, and I fuck with this. He said, why do you wear heels? Is it to make you look taller? He looked at that dude and said, women like heels. I was like, fucking swing that dick, young man. Swing that dick, young man.
But also,
He might have been the straightest dude in the world that fucked the hottest women in the world. But don't think I'm crazy if I know nothing about him for thinking that's a gay dude.
Yeah,
for sure.
Who's in Crush purple velvet all the time?
All the time with crazy hair,
high heels,
all the stuff.
Mascara on and
I
shit.
don't know anything about him. I go, that's a gay guy.
Yeah. But he was like a savant as far as musically goes. Like they had they were telling the story on Saturday Night Live. They put him on there. It was like Paul McCartney and there was like, it was superstars in the music business. And they wanted him to do it. And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then they were going to there was something with Paul McCartney and some of these other big names wanted him to do some like less time.
Right.
And he was like, no, that's not what I do. And they're like, no, that's the plan because Paul McCartney wants it like this. And here's how it's going to go. And he went, okay, I'll do that. And then goes and was like, and knew it was live. And they said he ripped off like the hardest like guitar solo ever. Yeah. And like Paul McCartney, everyone was like, holy fuck. And he walked off, was like, yeah, bitches.
Yeah. Nope. That's fucking
savage.
That's
Went out shined him. I love that.
Yeah, no, he was a fucking lunatic, but he was fucking dope. I went to, I think it's called First Avenue. It was like the spot where they shot Purple Rain at. We played a show there one time. But anytime you go to Minneapolis, it's just fucking Prince field.
It's all Prince, yeah. One thing is crazy is I had a buddy, and I don't know how reliable this is. So what I'm saying might not be even true, but I was told that there was this guy in LA who used to work for Prince, and he was all about his legacy. So he wants all this shit to come out after he's dead. So like 5 years from now, they'll release like this Prince thing that nobody's ever seen.
There's some album that hasn't come out.
Yeah, and there's all this
Like
stuff.
1,500 songs
It's all
apparently.
banked.
Yeah.
It's all
Huge.
banked or whatever. But he goes, but the part about working for Prince, he's got so much money and he's so powerful and he's such this like force, you know,
Yeah.
and that he would just go, I need a giraffe by tomorrow. And you're like, I don't know how much money in the world it takes. Even if I have all the money, how do you get a giraffe by tomorrow, like in Minneapolis? But he would just make them go figure it out because he's shooting all this crazy shit.
Yeah, he's like, fucking figure it out.
He was always
Get a-
making
get a
movies.
giraffe.
I need a rhino. And they go, I don't know how to get a rhino.
Just a savage.
Where do you begin?
He's got a dope legacy though. I respect
Oh,
that.
yeah. Now,
But
did he
back-
pass away from the sleeping stuff too?
Yeah, it was some weird.
It was like the
shit.
Michael Jackson
I don't
sleeping
remember.
shit?
I think it was fentanyl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Fentanyl before
press
fentanyl
pills.
was popular.
Oh, he's in good company.
You know what I hate about fentanyl is they'll go, oh, he overdosed on drugs. No, he was poisoned.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
yeah.
his plan was
Big difference.
Maybe
His
he was
plan was
doing
to party.
You
Yeah, his
take
plan was a
Vicodin.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you took a Vicodin or you took whatever Oxy,
Yeah.
You know how to control it.
he can do
Some
that.
people
Yeah.
can know
He
it,
was
yeah.
poisoned.
Correct.
Like Mac Miller was poisoned.
Yeah,
sure.
It's like,
Like,
I don't know why it's tequila and it's really like,
Exactly.
1,000 shots in here
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, and then if someone put fentanyl
Exactly.
on this, I
Yeah.
passed away. Like,
Yeah.
dude, his liver.
Yeah,
and
it's like he was an
alcohol,
alcoholic. He died of alcohol.
No, it's
poisoning.
Yeah.
someone
Like, no,
fucking.
I
I feel like I
poisoned
could
my
beat it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think I can die.
shit. Yeah, fentanyl is.
No, it's
Fentanyl.
fucked up. Fentanyl's the worst. It's like, if I died of a cocaine overdose, that'd be, awesome. But it's like dying of
No,
fentanyl.
you're not dying from it.
Fentanyl's a
cocaine.
bitch.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Also, really hard to die from just cocaine, like uppers. It's like
I've
man,
done
you
a
gotta
lot.
take a lot of
I've done a
uppers
lot,
to
believe
have
it
your
or
heart
not.
explode.
You wouldn't believe that from a husky.
But dude,
fella,
Bryan,
you
so
know.
Bryan, obviously the co-host, Finally Kid, he was saying like once you reach your 40 or around 40, he saw a lot of his friends or a lot of people dying after cocaine because your heart can't handle it anymore.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why it's dangerous.
God,
when
I'm
you're
glad I got a few
older.
years left.
Yeah,
in me to fucking
Brian's
go for the
55,
gusto.
so his friends'
I know.
hearts are.
Yeah.
They're hanging
my,
on, man.
And my
I'm
heart's
40-ish.
hanging on too.
So
You
it's
put
gonna
that
go.
turbo dandruff in there and it fucks the heart.
Well, it's also like let's talk about cocaine for a
That's
second.
why
First
my
of all, I got
drug is
the worst
pussy.
cocaine ever the other night at the fucking Rainbow.
you did the
Room.
worst cocaine ever?
No,
What makes
we
bad
got
cocaine?
the dude. It's just when it's just not it.
No, I don't. I've
You
never
can
done
smell
my
it.
life.
Oh, you're missing out. It's like
You
Can't teach him this.
No, Johnny, I don't, dude. I don't like cocaine. I don't like the way it smells, man.
yeah.
I told
oh,
Brennan,
man.
you do
God,
not even
smelling
try
is the
it.
only
Do
way
not
to
try
do
it.
Listen, man.
I don't like waiting for a paycheck, dude. It
Chime,
takes forever.
dude. Chime.
Dude, I got
okay?
bills, daddy, and they're
Listen,
due.
You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early with direct deposit. You understand? That's more 2 days, 2 more days to save, pay bills. Generally, just feel good about your money situation. But Chime is more than just about getting paid early. It's also an award-winning mobile
It's
app.
so easy. I love
checking account. It's a debit card, and it's an optional savings account.
Dude,
all
so
right?
what are you waiting for? Hopefully not a paycheck. Get started with Chime today. Applying for a free account takes less than 2 minutes. Get started at chime.com/fighter. That's chime.com/fighter.
CHIME.com/fighter. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bank Corp or Stride Bank. N.A. members of FDIC. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on payer.
Chime.com/fighter. Oh, dude, I love this new podcast called Business Wars. It's a podcast from Wondery that shares entertaining, eye-popping stories behind the world's greatest business rivalries.
Oh.
Right? Newest season of Wondery. Oh, my God. Business Wars, 4-part series hosted by David Brown. Ever heard of him?
Yep.
You
explores
should.
the bitter feud between two fashion icons, Gucci and Louis Vuitton. That's
Oh
a
my God, there's
serious
no
feud.
better way to show off your money and status than by wearing a Gucci belt or a Louis Vuitton shoe. At first glance, these two companies have a lot in common. Wade, they started small, family owned, making high quality luggage.
were crazy.
But as their product lines grew, they got more popular. Listen, these two powerhouses were on a collision course. Yeah, man, before long, the rivalry would devolve into family feuds.
As in, like hiring assassins to kill other people. That's how bad it was. It was actually boardroom battles, runway backstabbing.
Oh, yeah?
It was insane.
Oh,
for
wow,
real.
that sounds
the
lit.
Gucci versus Louis Vuitton from Business Wars on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. Listen 1 week early and ad free by joining Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts or the Wondery app. That story, Gucci versus, I can't believe they haven't done a movie about it.
Me
yet.
neither.
It's
Can't wait
insane.
for it.
It's insane.
My crew carries test kits.
Oh,
I don't know why more people don't. I mean,
Yeah,
granted, if
that's
you're doing
right.
drugs, who's the nerd who's like, hold on,
No,
everybody.
lucky
In
for
a
us, we got a
bathroom?
bus full of them that are like, yo. And I'm not like, I'll like, my thing about drugs are I'll party when it's like it's like a party.
If there's something to celebrate,
Yeah, it's like if we're
then we
partying.
celebrate
Yeah,
every day, dog.
when it's
Fucking
every
Ryan
night
Drake
past
says.
9.
Yeah,
He's
It's like
finally
it's like
drugs
if there's
after
like I'm not like hey, we're I think the dog's got a shit.
Yeah, there's.
I think that dog's dying.
Yeah.
No, he's been dying.
No,
Yeah,
no, it's
that
like
dog
every
is
day,
old.
man.
Yeah,
The whole
yeah.
thing. I think does that mean he's got to poop?
Someone give him some cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody fucking perk him up.
Heard that
towards the
dog
end.
loves grapes.
It was totally bad. But no, yeah. But the day of doing cocaine with a stranger in the bathroom's over.
Yeah, no
Can't
more.
trust it.
Not
There
with-
was a time in life, you remember this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
where
look
you
at
could just bump into a stranger in a bathroom at a bar and he'd be like, "You want to do some blow?" And you'd be like, "I fucking
Yeah.
would love to do some blow." Because that's the unexpected blow.
Right.
You
Do
didn't
those
buy
things-
a bag. You didn't
Surprise.
plan on doing
It's free.
cocaine.
I was in
There's
Vegas
just
with
a
an
guy
Australian
standing
midget
there.
one time, and he had like a grocery bag full of it.
Yes.
This is just
Right?
a memory that I have where it's like, yeah, this guy who I've never met before, my friend's coming over. You got to kind of give a heads up. And it's
Yeah.
like, a midget from Australia.
never
with
had any desire
like a
to
Ralph's
do it.
bag
For sure.
of cocaine.
So
Yeah,
last
there's a
week,
guy-
I've never done coke either. And last week, there's this guy that always gives all my friends coke in Los Angeles, and so I know him, and he's a great guy. He's a cool guy, and
He
so
must be if he's just giving it away.
yeah, he's super nice and rich, and like he's kind of a scoundrel. Like he's like a fun, mischievous guy. I like him.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I see him at this bar, and I haven't seen him for a long time. I go, "What's up, buddy?" He goes, "Hey, man, how you been? How's comedy?" And then I'm walking past him coming out of the bathroom, and he goes, "Hey, you want some coke?" And I was like, "Oh." And I go, "No." And then I go, like I'm with a group of friends, and I've never done it. I go, "Well, what's the least amount I can do? Like, what's something I can like just try?" And he goes, "Have you never done coke?" And I go, "No." He goes, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like he wouldn't.
Oh,
let
what a
me- and I was like,
wholesome
That's
guy.
a good guy.
Yeah.
I was the polar opposite. I'm like, this is tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night.
I was like, this is it. I'm doing it. I don't do it much. We should do it together. I was like, for sure.
I mean, I was so like I walked back going, that he might have done a really nice thing back there.
But I don't know how coke works. But I would assume you wouldn't want to invite me and Mark to a coke party with these noses.
No, listen,
Like
just
you have a tiny nose.
Yeah, I
the
know.
stories
Your
I've
nose is
heard.
also
Yeah, the
small.
stories I've heard of Mark, I wouldn't want him in my coke party. Unless he was bringing the coke, it's like only if he's the midget with the bag. Anybody who references my cocaine story was real simple. Like, yeah, I seen a stranger in the bathroom. He gave me a bump. He was like a midget from Australia showed up with a grocery
That's one
sack.
of many.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure.
you're like, what the fuck kind of cocaine party is that?
I would say Mark's the animal from the Muppet Babies. Just like
Lord.
the coke monster, man.
Yeah, you see animal, you think you want him at your party.
Yeah.
And then when you have animal at your party, you go, oh,
But cocaine's not a drug that you like stop. It's like,
Yeah.
I've had enough for tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, really? You just do it all?
No,
You're just
the
gonna wanna
problem with
keep
it is
doing it,
you
you know?
never have any leftovers.
Yeah.
It's not the drug unless you
just
forgot it
absorbed.
was somewhere. You don't
Yeah.
wake up like, I'm glad we only did an 8-ball
Yeah.
that quarter. We got a whole 8-ball for today. Never.
Yeah, this is
For
last
sure.
week's.
That's why I don't do it. Sell. It's got to be like where I used to have a song called California. I only do cocaine in California.
Yeah.
It's like it's got to be that kind of thing for me.
Yeah.
It's got to be like a New York City strip club, like one of those pop-up strip clubs in a bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like even like a real strip club,
Yeah.
like where they set one up for the night somewhere, and you're like,
pop-up
you end up
shop.
at it completely by accident, and then somebody's like, I got some coke. You're like, I never plan on doing coke. Like I plan on doing acid. I plan on doing shrooms.
Yeah.
Cocaine is one thing I refuse to plan on. And I turn it down
Spontaneous.
80 out of 81 times.
I
And
feel
that
like
one
you gotta
time
run
it
into
feels
it,
right.
Jelly. The crowd, you might run into it, right? And the
Why not?
movie
Like I
goes
said,
gosh, of
but
course.
still, I'll turn it down more often than not. Cause I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna like fucking gotta write songs tomorrow.
Bro, I didn't see cocaine. Literally, I'm a pussy. I didn't know people were on cocaine, so I started doing comedy. I'd be in a green
Right.
room. I'd be like, "Wait, why is everybody in the bathroom?"
I'm
And I'd
pretty
be
naive that
and
way
then
too.
I'd be like, "Oh, everybody has allergies. I have allergies."
No, I'm
I had no
naive like
clue.
that. For like a big part of my life, because I grew up like church kid and shit. Like alcohol was like, I'm crazy, I'm a drunk, But I like a guy could come up to me and he'd act real strange and then leave, and I'd be like, that guy's weird.
Right.
And like, dude, that guy was blown out of his brains. But I don't know how to identify
I
it.
don't either. Brian has.
Oh
stuff
no,
all the
for
time.
sure. I see it in your jaw, your eyes. I've seen
They're
it.
like grinding their teeth.
I'm
and
in
shit,
2
sweating.
seconds. Even though they're not grinding, you just kind of see a
Like
twitch.
this, like-
You'll just see a twitch every now and then.
That they do that
Kind of hit that real quick. Or just like, oh, okay. Or they'll lick their teeth. You know what I'm saying? Little
Or just
teeth,
come
little
up with
tooth lick.
some business plans right
For
on the
sure.
spot.
Yeah, or like a little
Big
eye
ideas.
twitch. little,
just
pupils will tell you if they're really on blow.
They're
It's like,
dilated,
I know, I'll see a dilation in the
and
pupils.
eye twitch and a business plan.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is-
people,
dude,
you get
it's
really
midnight.
excited. Big ideas. You
Yeah,
know?
for sure. Big ideas, fast talking, and if anytime I
Bad
see
business plan. I can
scratch
sell you
your
a
nose-
submarine. You go,
Dude, if you're scratching your nose, you're either on cocaine or a Lortab. For sure.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like 100%. If I keep saying you hit that number there, I'm like, what's up, man? You doing blow or fucking tab?
Mark does a bunch of coke. He's like, dude, you and me on an OnlyFans. What are you thinking? You and me, dude,
I mean,
right now.
that's right in line.
What is happening right now?
You're saying you do LSD, right? Because that's one that like you do, and I'm kind of like, I'm good for a while.
Yeah. No, I only do it like every drug I talk about it like I do it all the time. This is extremely rare for me.
Yeah.
But even LSD, I'll do it like once or twice a year, and I'll go for it though.
Yeah.
Like when I trip, I trip. Like I'm not here to play with it. Like we're doing 3-4 hits and we're fucking going to the
And I feel like you're beating some demons.
Oh,
you know?
dude, yes. Or I'm having the best night ever. Normally, I'm just having a great night though.
It's fun.
Yeah,
You
it's
ever
fun.
have bad trips though?
I've learned that what I've learned, acid's different. Shrooms, you can kind of level your trip out anyways.
I love shrimp.
Right? It's like I can
My
take
favorite
shrooms,
thing.
and if it starts getting weird, I can be like recenter myself in the earth. Like if I'm at a party and shit gets weird, I'm like, yeah, this just ain't the environment. Go outside, stand in the grass barefooted for a minute. You'll get your shit back together. Acid, sometimes you don't know what's happening. That's what I love about it. I love the crapshoot of drugs, right? When you're just like, all right, y'all, I put 6 hits of acid in this bottle of water. We're all
what
going to take
happens.
sips until the water's gone. And then we're going to figure out what happens. We're just going to lose our shit together. We are no longer in
Was it
control of the
6
night.
dudes?
Well, let me tell you one thing about acid,
I'd be
Bubba.
like, fellas, it's a cat.
I got tripped out.
I don't get as much
I'll
trouble if I
tell you
kill
this
a
story.
dude.
Yeah, no,
Or
listen.
we all fuck each other.
No, the last thing you want to do on LSD is pull your pecker out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You have a whole like different understanding of that, anyways. Like anytime I've been around a girl and I started tripping acid, I would look at them unnecessarily and be like, I'm not fucking you tonight.
I feel like that with mushrooms.
I just want to clear that up right now. I have like no like.
But doesn't coke too give you limp dick?
But
Well,
you want,
but you still wanna have
LSD
sex.
is like I feel
Oh, it's
connected to
awful.
life and the universe.
Yeah,
and I'm
What
LSD
do you
is
mean?
awesome. Actually, you
But
should
no,
really try.
I'm saying coke, you're like horny, but your dick
Yeah,
won't
yeah,
wake
right.
up.
Yes.
Hard pass, dude.
For sure.
That sounds like torture.
Yeah, just disappointing a woman. That's
Yeah.
It's
the
the
plan.
opposite of Molly, where you're like horny and the wind blows and you're like, hello, little fella. Good to see you again. Hello,
Here
girl.
we go.
Calm down. We're still at the bar. You know what I'm saying? That was just a gust of wind.
Interesting. Dude, I had this the only time it's not Molly, was it
MDMA.
yes.
That's still ecstasy though.
Yeah.
Is it so
It's like a real pure form.
so
of
our buddy was this I won't say his name, but he's super rich dude, like super successful. And he loved fighters. At the time I was fighting, me and all my fighter boys go over there, and he told us there's gonna be a bunch of chicks and get all this food. And we're gonna do fucking what is it?
MDMA.
MDMA. And I'm like, yeah, well, let's do it, man. So we get there, and he's like, yeah, let's get in the hot tub. I'm like, yeah, turn that bitch on. And then we're taking the MDA, and we're there, and like 30 minutes goes by. I'll never forget this. My brother, who's kind of quiet, he's sitting there, he goes, the fuck's all the chicks up there?
Yeah, they baited us.
There was
It
no
happens
chicks,
that
dude.
fast, dude.
And then
next thing you know, he's a publicist
Bro.
is trying to rub your leg
Dude.
and promise you the world.
No, he was like, hey, man, we should wrestle. And we started wrestling, dude, in our swim trunks.
Oh, no.
And then my brother, I'll never forget, because he lived like 2 blocks down, we're driving, he goes, hey, that was weird, right? And I go, was it? He goes, yeah, dude. We just
wanted-
wanted
he just wanted to touch you.
started
You might not
wrestling
know, but
with
that
you.
dude was
And I
fixing to
like,
fuck us.
oh, you think you wanted to fuck us? And Jay goes, yeah.
That sucks.
You want to touch people. Like that's what you often, when I take it with my girl, it's just like you kind of end up like just touching each other for hours. And,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
It's
So
a
I
very
can see why he probably just
touchy-feely
wanted
drug.
to fucking touch you because
Yeah,
he's
he's like,
attracted
I want
to
to
you.
fight
Yeah.
this fighter.
Gay, though.
It's super
Really
gay.
gay, though.
He was like, oh no, you're beating me.
No, you win. Pin me,
Yeah,
pin
you
me.
should have invited over all those female fighters. It
Yeah, something.
wasn't a wrestle fight.
It was real. I'll never forget. Jay goes, where the fuck are all the girls? Like, sold out.
He wanted to touch something,
Yeah, my
realized
brother was
everything
like,
there had
what
a
the
pecker
fuck?
on it.
Jeez,
He
I'm
was
sick
not
of
trying
rubbing
to
this
sniff a
fucking
pickle.
hot tub.
Jeff, what about you? Have you done LSD?
No, never. I'm actually new to mushrooms, but I do
You're
it
like
all the
just
time.
a real
I've done
frat
mushrooms
kid, huh?
too.
You're just like, let's drink beer and
Yeah, I love
like
drinking
bros.
every night.
Yeah.
But I did mushrooms the last 2 nights in a row, and I
Really?
did so much the night before last that last night I didn't even work, and
Yeah.
I took a fistful.
Oh,
and it
God.
just didn't even affect me.
It drops off. You
tolerant?
take it night
Yeah.
after night, it drops off.
Yeah, because
You
the
know,
chemical
but
or whatever is already drained.
You
from my
sensitize
brain.
to it pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
for sure.
So it sucked. I sat there. I ate a ton of mushrooms and like I barely felt anything.
But man, LSD you might be able to take and actually
You'd be
get
a
effect
hoot and
from
a half on LSD.
I love it, man. I'm
You and
funnier
Shab?
than I've ever been in my life when I'm on mushrooms.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, and alcohol is my thing, but like mushrooms is my new thing.
Hey, Mark, is your hat say Heisman?
It
Like a
says
high guy?
Heisman, yeah.
It's like a drug hat?
Yeah. Well, if it's Ricky, isn't it Ricky Williams' company, Heisman?
I don't know. It makes sense, though.
Yeah.
On a Heisman, he's always high.
These dudes hooked me up. They sent me this gear, and then they were like, "Hey, we want to send you some weed, and we can't like send it to you." But I just went to a dispensary.
up.
Yeah.
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 Have you had him on here?
Yes.
Yes.
Years ago, yeah. Ricky
He's
Williams,
awesome.
yes. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, good dude. Really
He's
good
like
dude.
he's like Michael Jackson, where you can actually monitor it through his career when his voice changed. He used to talk normal, and then now he's like.
Is he the one that just took his wife's last name?
I don't think so.
That's a different guy.
Yeah, and this is Ricky Williams' brand. I just looked it up. I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, wait,
like,
which
what
guy
it is.
took his wife's last name?
Yeah, I'm so. This is what happens. I shouldn't be on podcast.
No,
So
you're
Ricky,
good.
this is the Ricky that we had on the show.
Although it does say
It's called
Eric.
bro science.
Yeah.
They go
I get-
back. It says Eric Mirren. Maybe he did take his wife's name.
I'm telling you, dog. Somebody
Look, it
took
says
their
Eric
wife's name.
Mirren.
Where?
Is an American football running back who played 11 seasons.
Why does it say that?
I don't know.
When you were,
Miron.
hold
Hold on,
back-
just
go
put
back to the
NFL
news, Jim.
athlete
Go back
takes
to the
wife's
news
name.
though, because it's on there. If you go to the news, Ricky Williams, no.
Yeah, no.
I
Well,
tried-
yo,
Go back.
listen,
It
so
says
I don't
his
sound like a
spouse's name.
dumbass. Just type in football player takes wife's name or ex-football
Fair
player takes
point.
wife's name. Swear to God this happened.
Now Ricky Williams is a dude who was a monster and then just dipped out.
Yeah.
And then like,
Thank you for this,
Because on the
Jim, by the
podcast, he was
way.
saying he dipped out and like went to Africa or like Brazil and was just living in a tent.
Well, he also
If I
like
know
Nobody
that
knew who
money,
he was.
I'd go to Brazil.
Gabe Barrels.
Oh, I'm feeling like a dumbass right now. I swear to God, I just seen this the other day. It was like some dude was like, took his wife's name.
Well,
to-
go back to his Wikipedia
Chin,
page and
Chin.
click on his spouse.
No, Ching.
I don't know why I thought it was Ricky
Google,
Williams.
Google man changes his last name to wife's.
Yeah.
Man changes
I hate that term. I
his
don't
last
Yeah, whatever you want. Whatever you want,
to
Doug.
his wife.
I mean, I didn't know you were fucking, you know. I didn't know you were George Jung from Blow. I would have had some fucking devil's dandruff for you. I didn't.
Well, I'm not. I'm just,
Not seeing
I
anything,
clicked on
man.
his Wikipedia page. It showed his spouse's name, and if those match, it makes sense because it said Eric Mirren or something.
Yeah.
I can't believe this article isn't. I just seen it the other day. I was completely sober.
If it was him, it would definitely
fucking new.
Well, Ricky Williams is dope, man.
2021.
He made some sort of deal. What's that?
When a man takes his
No, that's just an article.
Yeah, no,
that
this,
guy
but
looks
this
like,
was happening, by the way. It was like a real famous football player. I was like,
Really?
that's interesting. Yeah, I
But
swear
a
to
current
God.
player?
I don't know. I think it was current. I think it was like an ex, you know.
Is it Kaepernick?
Oh,
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that he play in the NFL and be a pussy. No,
Yeah, I don't know how that works, man. That's tough.
I mean, just go to Ricky Williams' Wikipedia.
Oh,
It's
dude,
Ricky
there
Williams.
you go. There you
I
go.
fucking told y'all.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Now
Former
goes
run back
Eric
now goes
Mirren.
by Eric
Eric Mirren.
Mirren,
That's
adopting
what-
the surname of his spouse.
We saw that earlier. Yeah. So I guess it really did
Reverting
happen.
to his
I was
birthday.
just trying to click on his spouse's name to see if it matched.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So he's
Yeah,
a
I
great
knew
guy.
when y'all brought him up, I was like, yo, I know I'm not tripping here.
not tripping.
You know
Right,
how much
dude.
weed you got to smoke to sit there one day and be like, yo, bitch,
Let's go back
we
down
should
to
like
the
settle
courthouse.
some shit out. And fucking, I'll be a Meyer, and I think your family's cool. I like your
Yeah.
fucking mom.
Dude,
You know what I'm saying?
my girl, like, absolutely not.
Oh, for
If
sure.
I was like, hey, I'm going to change my name.
Yeah.
It's probably because he cheated on her so much. He's like, all right, I got to give her one.
That's a fair point.
He cheats a lot.
Ooh.
They used to, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty public.
Yeah.
Had a baby with a couple of them.
Yeah.
Objection. Calls for speculation.
That'll do it.
Yeah, because you go, this, I got to give her some.
That might be the move.
Yeah, go, hey, how about? How about I take
Just-
your name? I
just
show I've
spitballing
changed.
ideas.
Not
there.
bad-
Remember
not a bad
Kobe
trade,
cheated on
though,
his
huh?
wife?
You know?
Kobe cheated on his wife, allegedly raped, and then he goes, how about I change my number?
Yeah, they did. How about I go from 8 to 24?
I'm not raping anymore. I'm 24. That was old
The
8
old
Kobe.
days. Yeah.
Stop dead numbering me.
Yeah. Yeah, Ricky's all, no,
what a
you're talking about the
dumb
old
thing.
Ricky.
Like you think his wife is going, well, he changed his number. What more do you want him to do?
But with Ricky's like, you're talking about the old Ricky. This is Aaron or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck
now
his name is.
Aaron, now.
Man, can you believe that Ricky guy? He was a real scumbag.
Fucking Eric Mirren now.
He's a sweet guy in that way that like there was something, I'm gonna botch it a little bit and I'll get beat up in the comments here, but there was something where he was like, well, I don't think I should just get this contract. How about if I get this many touchdowns, you give me this much money, and if I get this many touchdowns, I get this much money.
He was such a.
And then he got like injured, or he underachieved.
Yeah.
And so then he made this really small contract, and everyone's like, "What a fucking idiot!" It's like that's kind of honorable, actually.
Yeah, pretty dope.
Yeah.
I mean, he made a lot of money though.
He did a lot of things
did
like
some big
that,
deals,
where he's
yeah.
like just a sweet guy, and he like values kindness.
Well, I mean, if he sent Mark fucking weed hats, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't care what he
they
calls
reached out
himself.
and sent me some clothes and then hooked me up with a bunch of weed. So,
You're
Yeah,
not
fine.
a big weed guy though, right? Mike?
no, but I like to have it around like once a month or so.
he likes free stuff.
Yeah, that is true. Like I have anybody who reaches out, it's like, yeah, I'll take
Drugs
your
are
free
way
stuff.
better when they're free.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So Jelly, going back to your music, signing with this this big record company. Obviously, Jimmy Kimmel's a big deal.
Yes, sir.
And then
We had a number
they
one
got
on
the
rock
grand
radio.
yeah,
we had a number one on rock radio for 2 weeks consecutive. We're still in the top 10. We're the second most played song on rock radio this year
Jesus Christ.
of every rock
And
song
do
that came out
you
this year.
do you give credit to the
100%, because I knew that was out of my realm of fucking, the way I was working, it was independent like you. Like, what was I going to do? Like, email fucking Jimmy Kimmel, like, hey, I sing pretty well. It'd be really awesome if you let me come do it one day.
Yeah, they tell you no. I've been there, man.
When you
Oh,
say
for
independent, so does that mean you don't have a manager or agent, or just not a
No,
label?
it's like we still have a team.
yeah, but the
not a
team
label.
could reach out to Jimmy Kimmel and say, "Hey, this guy's the best."
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but
it's
if
like,
you're not,
yeah.
they scratch each other's back. They're not going to let a guy on who's not in
Really?
the system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because in comedy, it's like you just submit, and they go, "Oh, he's good enough."
Yes and no, right? Like if you're just like a guy that nobody, like you have no like steam behind you, they're not going to book. Just
And there's not a
great
label
comic.
system with
It's
It's
comedy.
way more
Comedy.
political music because
It's tough,
one, you don't
right?
have to clear jokes, right?
Yeah,
I want
we
you
do.
to think about this. Like, yeah, you have to clear it as in like it was your material.
With
right?
clear doesn't it's appropriate or whatever. but-
Exactly, but no, I meant like we got to clear like the dude who played the fiddle on the song that gets played on Saturday Night Live had to sign off that artist could perform that song on
Oh,
Saturday Night
interesting.
Live. So you break that down into fucking 12 people that have a hand in a song, just all the hurdles that come with music, licensing it. Like, y'all are one autograph sign off. You're like, yo, I'm not going to say anything dirty, and
Yeah.
I wrote this, and I'll sign a sheet of paper. saying
Promise
that.
I
They're
won't
like,
say the N word.
Got you.
Yeah.
You're in. Where for us, it's like, okay, who owns the publishing on this? Who owns the master recording on
Oh,
this?
there's a
What
lot
label
that
has a
goes
piece
into
of
it.
this? Yeah, it's so hard to clear. Mike Studd was on Bussin' with the Boys. Shout out to the boys. Friends of ours, of course.
Big
obviously.
time, yes.
Mike Studd was on Bussin' with the Boys, and he was talking about a record he has with Post Malone. Him and Post are really good
Really
friends.
close, yes.
And it's like, he would have to play ball with the major labels to get the record released. And it would ultimately is going to take, and he'll get the record released, but it's ultimately going to take Post Malone calling the label himself and going, I want to do this, and if you don't do this, I'm going to be upset.
And Post has
make
that
the label-
power.
He does because of who he is.
Correct.
With the label.
And what the
But-
record sales and all that
For
shit.
sure.
yes.
But even then,
It's tough,
the
huh?
label's going to be hard to say, well, he can only release it between these two projects and, whatever. So it really turns into like a hula hoop of a jump.
Well, I guess the question is, it's for comics, podcasters, and musicians. It's like, is the juice worth the squeeze? You know what
Right,
I'm saying? Like, what's your
100%.
end goal, Jelly? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
well, my goal
'Cause it
was-
seems to work out for you.
Yeah, for sure. My goal was always, I think my music's cathartic. I think my music's therapeutic, and I make music with the intentions of it helping people. That's
Yeah.
my goal. So I need ears on it. I've already made good money. I'm already blessed. I'm already in a great place. Now it's like, how can we legacy, right? What can I do to touch more people? How can I bring people that need to hear this message to this message
Yes.
in a broader spectrum audience, right?
And that's where the label would help
So
out.
it's like country music's radio audience, as an example, is like 40 million people if you're in the top 5. Like, it's still that big of a deal to be on country radio.
Oh, bro, look what
Yeah.
what did for Morgan Wallen.
For sure.
They tried to
Absolutely.
cancel him, and country
100%.
music went.
No.
The fans were like, hold up,
Country
what?
music fans are the best fans on
Blew
earth.
'em up.
They're the best fans on earth. So it's like rock radio still touches X amount of millions of people. It's like you have such a reach through radio, and then popular, like pop culture, like it's still the look of having the chance to do Kimmel. And what you hope is ultimately it leads to something like Saturday Night Live, which is still extremely relevant, right? Like that's like the creme de la creme for an artist. If you play Saturday Night Live, more importantly, if you can host Saturday Night Live, that's like a really big deal,
Big time,
And you also hope that people find out you're a good dude. You make relationships in the background. Like MGK's a great example of a dude who ended up doing movies with it, and
He's
you know what I
really
mean. That dude
rambling.
really
Jackass.
took that shit from being like an underground white boy rapper to like fucking co-headlining Bonnaroo the other day.
Yeah, he's another level.
Yeah, he's
his new
literally
documentary just dropped. Yeah,
insane. The documentary's nuts. He's dating one of the most famous women on earth.
Ooh,
You know
she's
what I mean?
bad. Yeah.
His producer's dating, his best friend Travis is dating one of the other most famous women on earth. His other best friend Pete Davidson is dating the most famous woman on earth.
Yeah.
It's like
The
those
boys
dudes,
doing
and
the
those
damn
dudes
thing.
are like, they're all, shout out to all of them, they're all friends of mine.
Yeah.
They're all fucking regular dudes who just worked their craft, figured it out, found a way into pop culture in their own way,
Yep.
and went forward. So my thing was like, how can I get this message to people? Like, I think Save Me could help people come off drugs. I think Save Me could help people deal with the loss of a loved one.
yeah.
Don't play it for me then.
Right? Yeah. It's like, yeah, for sure. You're not on drugs, you alcoholic. My goal is to turn you into a cokehead, and I'm going to work vigorously at it.
But Jelly,
It'll
do
take you an
you
hour.
ever get some? Not that it matters. I mean, everyone deals with it. Rogan dealt with this when he did the Spotify deal. You know, I'm sure other artists deal with it. If Mike Stud signed with a record company, you hear this from people that blow up all the time. Oh, you sold out.
You know, luckily,
It's like,
I haven't, I mean, I'm sure it's there, but I haven't heard it. So it's like, I'm sure it's going to come, and I'm fine with that. It's like, listen, my thing about the word selling out is I've never seen it used except for when people call you that in a bad way,
What do you mean?
Like think about the term selling out. Like, tell me where that's bad. Except, unless you're the guy trying to buy the M&Ms that are sold out at the store. Right? It's like, or
But
the
it's
dude
also
that
like-
wants to
but-
get to a
but think
concert
about-
you
but
can't
think-
get into.
but
Like,
think about-
holy, what a
But think
fucking...
about selling out. It's like, oh my God, you became so popular. Some huge brand paid you millions of dollars for your talents.
Yeah.
What they're
How
really
dare
saying is
you?
you've changed.
Right.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Which is
But
like,
the answer
yeah,
is
but
no
it's like-
shit.
my favorite line from Nelly was, they said, Nelly, you sell out. You're damn right. I done sold out before and came back the same night. It's like, you know, if you tell me my show is sold out, it's the best news you can call me with.
Sure.
The single
Ever.
best news you can get on earth is, hey, sold out show 1, putting up 2
Nothing
now.
better.
Sold out show 2, got to
Nothing
do a
better.
Saturday. You're
Yep.
like, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
So
people
it's
like me?
when you
Yeah.
use this term of like, you're selling out, it's like, God, I hope so. I hope I
MGK
can, you
made
know-
merch that said mainstream sellout. Like he
sure.
leaned into it. Here's a song called Mainstream Sellout.
For sure.
Yeah.
No,
But
it's
you
just,
didn't compromise, I guess would be the main thing that people, like, it
For sure,
implies
the
an
message is the
accusation
same.
of you change somehow, but if you
100%.
don't do that, then you're just making money
my
off
core
being
message
you.
is the same. I'm not making music to be commercially viable. I sung Son of a Sinner on Jimmy Kimmel today. Like, it is a fucking heart-wrenching, real song about the duality of life. The third verse says, my pop a pill, a smoke, or maybe drink. I'll talk to God and tell him what I think. At first he's gonna hate me, but eventually he'll save me. Right? We're talking about like, that's the song I sung on Kimmel. Like, I wasn't on there, you know, pop it for me, baby, pop it for me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stayed
I'm not
true
that
to
either.
my core message of who I want to touch. Like, as long as I don't compromise that, I think I'm okay.
You know what? But I think it's this thing where it's like if like people say this against Blink 182 all the time. Travis Barks and White, close love Travis.
Yeah.
and he's actually in the hospital right now. Hopefully he's okay. But you know, Blink 182 blew the fuck up. But there was like this small demo in Orange County or whatever where they think they discovered him. As they get
Right.
bigger, they get jealous.
Right.
Where
all
it's
it
like, oh,
is,
you guys
envy.
sold out, and they're like,
It's just envy.
No,
Like Green Day
people
too,
love
back
our
in the day.
music.
Right,
Like,
it's
what do you
envy.
want us to
Ace
do?
Bay Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm blessed that Jelly Roll fans, and this is, listen, I bet money we see this in the comment. I think I'm blessed that Jelly Roll fans feel more like they're right to feel this way. They are responsible for it.
They're proud of you.
Yeah, so instead of feeling like, fuck, man, that dude done got big on us. I remember
blew
when
you
you was
up.
a nobody, they're like, yeah, motherfucker, we bet on the
Yeah.
right horse, dog.
Yes.
We knew you had us. You haven't let us down.
Those are the fans you want. Though.
Exactly.
The real fans appreciate
sure.
like your come up.
100%.
Just like, oh, I remember when that dude was doing this.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, I think me being on national television singing a song is like for an entire culture. It's a voice of the voiceless.
Yeah.
There's an entire unspoken audience of people who are like, our dude
Yeah.
is on Jimmy Kimmel. They might not agree with the station. They might not agree with the politics. They might not agree with the monologue. They might not agree with all the shit that comes with being on this television,
That's me.
right?
Yeah.
But there's a moment where they're like, I don't care. That's our dude saying our message.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our dude speaking for us. Like, fuck, that's our
dope.
guy.
Yeah, they should celebrate that. Now, after you got done singing, did Jimmy go, now can you put your mask back on?
Yeah. You know, I'll be honest. I was the only person in there all day they never said nothing to about a mask.
Good.
They made my brother put his mask on at one point, but they never.
That's that first class treatment.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if it was because I was the artist there today or because I just walked around like the kind of guy that you might not want to walk up to. And be like, yo.
Well, I played in a
fucking mask
celebrity
up, Patty.
softball game with you in
Yep.
Nashville, and it was funny because in Nashville, like, I roll up. I'm with Terry Bradshaw, and we're gonna do this all day. We were at the stadium like super early. When you showed up, there was like this like happening. Like, Jelly Roll's coming. Jelly Roll. And,
dope.
like
Jelly Roll,
everybody
big
was
deal.
like talking about how like. Yeah, I'm with Terry Bradshaw. And they're like, you know,
Like, is
Jelly
that
Roll? I was like, I haven't met
1970?
Jelly Roll. They're like,
Yeah.
Jelly Roll's coming. Like, there was like a whole.
I sent your YouTube
presence.
to somebody. You have over 2 million subscribers, and people don't conceptualize how difficult that is to build.
Oh, my God.
YouTube with 2 million
I've seen some
people
of the views. Some of the views on there are nuts.
Yeah, over 100 million.
independently. You know, it's insane.
It's still unreal. It's like,
But think about what you're doing. It's so fucking dope. But think about your boy Tom McDonald.
yes, for sure.
You want to talk about independent?
God.
You know that we talked about Tom McDonald.
yeah. He's
Bro,
really impressive.
It's literally
All independent.
him and his
Yeah.
girlfriend. What he is
Yeah,
so
because it's all-
independent.
it's the videos,
He's
it's
so
immersion,
independent. It's scary.
Yes.
I call him sometimes like I fucking hate you. I get I'm drunk.
no,
I'm
he's
like
so-
I do Teddy because Teddy's so
Bro,
good. I'm like Teddy, I love you, but fuck you.
Tom is so independent. I was like, I want to support this guy. I went to his merch. I was like, this is way too intense.
Yeah,
If you
for
have
sure.
anything else, my
and I'll bring him up to people, and they'll be like, "Oh, I fucking hate that guy." I'm like, "You should be taking notes, though,
For sure.
Because,
No,
Oh,
You know.
he could be singing the worst music in the world. I don't give a fuck. A, he's super talented, but B, it's just I appreciate the hustle of him doing it on his own
Yeah.
and just the way he's revamping the game.
For sure.
Comics could learn from him because he'll drop an album and then he'll package it with merch.
Yeah.
Bro, he should be on Billboard.
It's the
That's the
vision.
#1 selling album
Never even heard
all
of
last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can tell you this. I tell
Beat
you,
out The Weeknd.
I tell you something. Artists could learn from comics right quick. First of all, Tom's the homie, dear good friend. Remember, I hooked y'all up. That's my boy.
Yes.
Boy. I love that dude. Is the sweetest dude on earth, and he's a great songwriter. Like he does the.
He's also really
political
nice.
commentary stuff. Such a nice dude.
Yeah.
But he's also like when you get to like the core of it, he wrote a song called "Scars" that came out 2 weeks ago. That I
Yeah.
called him and I was like, yo, I texted him. I was like, Bubba, I love that you can rap and that you like have these real ways of like putting together social commentary in rhythmic form and making people think about shit. But this is a fucking song, Bubba. Like I'm like banging Scars. Like it just made the playlist. Like it's fucking good like that. Like that dude can write the mother absolute fuck out
He
of
wouldn't make it
songs.
if he wasn't so talented. You know, like
For
he'd
sure.
be canceled so fast, even if he's trying to be independent.
No, he's not
'Cause
one
he,
note.
He did
He
like a very
alternates, you know.
like I don't want to say like political, but like in the height of like lockdowns and like he talked about some touchy issues, but it's so brilliant. Whether you agree with it or not, you're like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, this
Yeah.
guy has
Yeah.
talent.
He can make a point, but then he'll drop a political song, and then the next song is like a song.
What's the song?
about
Like Ukraine
cancer
had
or
it
something.
coming, or like what is it?
Well,
Like what do you mean? Some
I love the old
issues?
school comic and Jeff. He's like, who can I offend?
Oh no,
Yeah.
Jeff,
He's like,
no.
what can I say?
No,
What's
Jeff's
the most
is
hot
the-
button on
No,
earth?
Jeff's the last bro. He's also it's like Hot Tub Time Machine. It's like he
Yeah.
came from the '90s.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
No, he's Richard Pryor on the Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
He's
all the
old-
way.
he's old school,
know
like
what
New
he-
York.
what's
Because
the
nobody,
song
really,
could be
nobody wants to
about,
hear
you know?
just political music, right?
Yo.
But he'll do something divisive, but then
We'll just bring up his YouTube channel.
have a song
and so
about
we go through-
cancer
We
or
won't play his
something
songs, so
super
we don't get
personal.
kicked off. But
Yeah.
So
No, he's
got the
No, me
range.
and
You know, the cool thing is he'd clear them. We could play whatever here, and I'd be like, yo, whitelist this on this fucking Shaw podcast.
yeah, me and him
Because he
were
really owns his shit like that.
yeah, me and him were texting each other. He's such a nice guy.
Yep.
So it's like the system that's gonna get dicey for you. Fake woke.
Yep. The Scars one's the one I was just talking about. That one down there that's a 9.6, that's my best friend Struggle. Me and Struggle have been best friends for 20 years, literally. We went to jail together. We've been through it all. Him and Adam Calhoun, they're all good friends of mine. These dudes are fucking,
But look at that, 7.7 million views.
oh yeah.
2 weeks ago,
6'1",
Scars
10.
3.1 million. I'm telling he sells more albums than The Weeknd.
It's good. He's
And he
talent
went to
wins.
Billboard. He had this whole YouTube. He went to Billboard and was like, yo, what do I have to do to get this? They told him to do all this stuff. He does all of it. And he goes, I'll give you access to all my sales, everything. I can prove I've outsold The Weeknd. And the Billboard still wouldn't touch him.
Really?
No, it's
Or
ridiculous.
specifically, I think he was like, I don't have an issue with Billboard. having a issue with the company that audits the like that was specifically.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah, for sure. He had
so we don't make it seem like he's talking shit.
I think it was Nielsen.
Bro, so the Clown World, 16 million views.
Yeah.
The canceled one, 15 million views.
No, everything he does.
Fake Woke, 28 million views.
He figures it. And it's whether you agree with his content or not. He's really
No Lives Matter was a big one.
Yeah, for sure. He's really strategic about what he does.
And all these
He's
videos,
extremely
he like
talented.
shoots him in his living room.
Yeah.
Really?
No, they
He, like,
build
makes sets
him
in
and
his
his
living room,
girlfriend build sets. Shout out to Nova. They build sets in their house.
I'm telling
literally.
you, comics should learn like his marketing and shit, and the way he does it all independent is nuts.
Yeah.
Yo, let's talk about comedians that do that. Right? That are fucking. I take notes from these guys. Schultz,
Schultz's.
you,
Yeah.
the way you built this business, right? I'll start with Schultz, right? So Schultz, fucking, I'll give you an example of what I thought was genius. When he played LA, right? And he rented the 64 Hopper,
Yeah.
right? Just for the content footage of pulling up to the sold out theater in LA. And this fucking
He took it to another
1964.
level because his production is not like when he did Dallas. He had
He's
the
like
Dallas
you.
Cowboy cheerleaders
It's
thing.
like this building, right? When I walk in his building, and I tell people this all the time, like especially whenever I bump into the occasional Schaub skeptic, I'm like, y'all don't understand how much this dude bets on himself, though.
Oh, yeah.
He's not just talking shit. Like, and even coming in here, I've seen every one of these sets individually, and I knew you'd put the time into it. But when I pull up in fucking Calabasas, which is a place I've been rapping about before I knew it was here because I just knew it was fancy, right? And I see Thicccboy Studios on the sign. Right, and there's only 2 names on the sign of a huge building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's little stuff. I'm like, he just fucking does it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you walk in and you see everything and every wall and the attention to every detail you put in. Fucking having whiskey cubes of ice instead of regular ice.
Yes, sir.
The fact that you got the whiskey glasses with the one big cube, little things that I'm just like, fuck yes, like. Little things that just makes you go, he thought every part of this
Now,
through.
Jelly, this place is cool, right? Now, when you get to Burt house tomorrow, when you get to Burt Kreischer's new house tomorrow. So I haven't done this podcast, I don't know, 3-4 years because of the pandemic, all that shit. So when I was promoting my special, at my Ferrari, I called Burt, and his last house was a little dicey, North Hollywood. I call him, I go, hey, man, I know I'm supposed to do the podcast tomorrow. I'm in my Ferrari because I shoot this thing. Yeah, can you just open the gate so I can park in the actual thing? Because I don't want someone to jack my shit. And he goes, oh, no, I moved, dude. Trust me, you're okay. I go, all right, send me the new address. Yeah. He sends me the address. And I was like, all right, whatever. I trust Bert. You're going to get there tomorrow. And he'd be like, oh, there are levels to this thing.
Yo, fuck yeah.
And,
I can't wait
I
to see
don't
it.
think people realize how big Bert is.
Oh,
I'll have, even comics. Even Bryan goes, Bert sells tickets. I go,
yeah.
Bubba.
No, listen, Bubba.
Dude. No,
It don't get
dude,
over-
he off the machine bit, that bit that he didn't want to put out that Rogan talked him into. That bit has like, I don't know, 400 million views.
Oh,
dude,
insane.
Universal shot a feature film on it, dude.
Well, during the pandemic, thousands of people were willing to watch him from their cars at like drive-in.
That was Bert's idea.
I mean, that's
Bubba, listen, let me tell y'all something.
tough to do.
God has blessed me that we do really well on tour. Bert Kreischer is just got through playing the same AAA baseball fields, minor league baseball stadiums, and amphitheaters that I'm playing this year and selling them out in hours. I'm talking about 10,000, 12,000 capacity baseball stadiums. I'm talking about 8 to 15,000 person sheds. I know it was the fully loaded tour and he had David telling all these legends on this tour.
No,
I
he's
get
doing that without it. I'm
But
telling you.
ultimately, I don't care what your package is. When you're anchoring it down and it was your dream child, that dude came to Nashville, sold out the Ryman and the Grand Ole Opry back to back. And I don't know if he did 2 shows at the Ryman or not, but that's 2,400 at one and 48 at the other.
I had
He could have
35
done
people
Bridgestone
the other
Arena.
night at Supernova.
Right, fucking crushed. Right, we're talking about I'm a huge Bert fan.
No, Bert,
anyway.
and I think for comics is this weird jealousy thing. But if Bert doesn't inspire you, what he's doing, like business wise,
For sure.
dude, and he's such a good person.
He's another one. So Scholes
hot.
showed me how to make shit look big. He invests. He knows how to package and produce shit. Bert taught me how to sell tickets. That dude's
There's
the dude
nobody
who
better
will
with
spend fucking
tickets.
40 grand on a promo
Correct.
for a tour, right?
Yes.
Just fucking, he's not afraid to.
Bert's a guy you can talk about. Like whenever I have questions about tickets, especially inflation right now. So Bert is a mastermind. If you talk about tickets, Bert will tell you, hey, if you raise it $5, this is what happens to your sales. If you raise it $10, this is what happens to your sales.
Yep.
He's brilliant.
No, for sure. He does clean sellouts. He sells out the single seats. He taught me how to fucking sell the tickets. Fucking Gillis,
Shane's a monster.
he's fucking crushing, dude. The way his whole approach to YouTube and the skits and shit that him and the
His
kids
skits are
did.
great. Tim Dillon's a monster.
Fucking Tim Dillon's
Timmy's a
another
beast.
just fucking absolute. These are dudes you watch. Stavros, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, he just released his special on YouTube.
Yeah.
Who? Not one of our.
Stavros?
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, not one of our guys.
Yeah, he put his YouTube. He put his
Yeah,
special on
Stavros
YouTube. too.
Hulk, yes.
Yeah, Stavros.
How have I not heard of this guy?
Oh, he's from Cumtown. I know that
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's fucking hilarious. His special is really good, but he's also just really like the way he's putting up clips constantly. He's like filming every night in the comedy. You're doing the same thing. I'm watching
Same
this shit
thing
all
on the road.
time.
Yeah, I do.
You're
I put
filming
out
every
something.
night, and
Yep.
it just be some crowd work or
Yep.
some funny shit or
Putting
just quick
content out,
clip.
man.
It's like, dude, rappers, country singers, rock and roll artists need to be studying this shit because we are missing the fucking mark.
Yeah.
It's fucking so inspiring to watch the way comedy is like having its fucking. It's going to be bigger than it's got to be bigger right now than it's ever been.
Well, because now it's more competitive. And you talk about this, Jeff. It's like now it's so competitive. As far as like, even when I first started, like 8 years ago, I'd go into town. It's like there were big headliners, but now it's because of podcasts. Like, dude,
Right.
you're competing against a lot of different comics
Yeah.
now, man.
Well, and the fans are, or not fans, audience members, regular people, whatever you want to call them, like, they're more aware of stand-up.
Right.
Yes.
You'll hear them talking about things you're like, how, like, even that guy you just brought up, it's like, I'm in the industry, I don't know this guy.
I knew him from Cumtown, though.
And people are going, oh, yeah, have you
Yeah.
heard of, and you're like,
There's more comedy nerds now.
I remember when I first started stand-up, people, I'd go, who's your favorite stand-up comedian? They go, Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And you go, have you seen Steinfeld stand up? They're like, no, but I love the show. And
Yeah.
they just know he's a comic.
Right.
They'd know like Eddie Murphy, but they didn't even know his stand up. Like where it's now, it's like they're pretty in touch.
It's also interesting. Like I'll do, I have shows at the Laugh Factory on Thursday. I'll go there and there's comics I've never heard of. I'll watch their set. I'm like, holy,
Right.
this dude or female is a monster.
Right.
Like how long you been doing it? 8 years.
Yeah.
Female.
No, yeah, it's trying to be cool, man.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, how have you not like?
Right.
And they're just like, they're really bad at the marketing, or they've just
Right.
had bad breaks, or
Right.
there's something missing, or they're just waiting, and there'll be the next big thing.
Or the cool thing about y'all's business is, though, that's different than ours is, dude, they might have just been spending 8 years figuring that shit out in the clubs privately.
For sure.
8 years ago, they might have sucked dick.
Yes.
Right? And you know what I'm saying? It's like 8 years later, you're like, you're fucking killing. It's like, yeah, you should have seen me 2 years ago. I was in here getting booed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I fucking found my voice and
Yeah.
figured it out.
Yeah.
Y'all shit is so different like that than us because it's like we sit privately, package something, and then present it to everybody where y'all go work it in front of everybody. It's a wild. Could you imagine me like sitting on stage like, "Hey y'all,
Try new
I
songs
wrote
out."
this song in the green room. What do you think?" And it's a bunch of like fucking boo.
Yeah.
Play "Save Me or Leave," fat ass. We
That's
fucking came to
funny.
see "Son of a Sinner," bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
It's like,
can't
hey,
give them the classics, right?
Yeah,
like
for
there's certain songs, like if as a comic you did. I mean, Bert does the Machine story still, but it's very rare you get a comic, and I think some people would want it. Like Seinfeld does that, Jay Leno does that, like the classics. But in general, like it's so competitive now. If you're a younger comic,
Yeah.
and you're doing old jokes that are on a special or clip, people seeing, they'd be like, "Get the fuck out!"
Yeah,
of here.
and then
for
like
sure.
There's like a standard now.
it reveals what we do too.
Yeah.
We've lifted the curtain.
Yeah.
So now it's like, well, we thought that. I mean, they don't think this, but they sort of think that we're just coming up with it off the.
But that,
They know we don't, but they also like. But when
They
they
want that
see you
illusion.
2 times in a row, and
Yeah.
they see then they go, oh yeah, this is just. It's not as magic as.
oh
I
no,
thought.
I've had some people come to the show and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy a ticket to the next one. Is it all new?" And I'm like,
No.
"You think I do a brand new hour for every show?" No.
I will say watching your set develop is something I got to do where I watched you in the pandemic come with new material.
Yeah.
To Zane. He's like 2020 pandemic.
Yes, sir.
And then I watched Gringo Poppy, and of course I'd seen you right before that.
Yep.
Back in Nashville. And it was still from 2020 to 2021 or whatever, late 21 to 22, whenever I seen you. totally different set almost. There was like maybe 2 or 3 things that made it
Yes,
from the
sir.
first
Yep.
45 minutes I've
Yep.
seen. And then even from that to you finalizing the product and going, this is what I'm putting out, was still like, there was fucking, I think it was like you did like a 41-minute special. It was a little bit over 40 minutes or 30-something minutes.
Yep.
And there was still like 20-something minutes of new laughs
Yes, sir.
for me.
Yep.
And I've been watching this show develop.
you've
As
seen
your
it,
homie,
yeah.
I see it every time you
Yep.
come to the city. I come to multiple shows. I watch one drunk, one sober.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I come to one and party, and I'll always come to second night and watch the early show because I fucking got loaded in the second show and don't remember anything that happened.
That's why with the like green room diaries, where whatever city is, the first 5 to 10 minutes is jokes just for them. It's never getting done again.
Yeah.
I'm writing it the week of before I get into town.
Right.
So that's just for them.
No, that's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking dope. But I just think it's cool to watch. I've always admired comedians, and I always tell people I'll be a comic when I grow up. Whenever I get tired of writing songs, because you got to always have something that's next, right? Or you'll get.
I don't know. I feel like you're just getting started. Like Joey, if you get mainstream, like that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want, that Post Malone vibe. You know?
Yeah,
what I'm
well, it's like it's more than it's just. I just want to touch people, man. I just want to get If I didn't think the music, and I'm not just. This isn't like my gimmick. This is like, I like you. I own my IP. I own my masters. I could sell my catalog today, buy a house on Mulholland Drive,
Yeah.
and just fucking fade to black and drink myself to death. Whether
Yeah.
it took 5 years or 15, I could just go into just come hang out whenever y'all want to. I'll come pod for fun once every
Yeah.
3 months. I'll come out of my little Hidden Hills estate and fucking, you know
that'd
what I
be
mean?
trouble for a guy
Yeah,
like
it's
you.
like,
Yeah.
it's like, I'm past this for being, this is like, I want to touch people.
Yeah.
I know how much save me or son of a dude. I get messages just like we all do from fans that are like, yo, I got sober listening to this song. My mother was on heroin and I played this song for her and it helped her and she's in rehab now. The ones that touch me the most are stuff like this. And I tell this story, Shab. I had a gun loaded sitting on my counter. This is from a fan. And I put on a playlist and I smoked a joint and poured myself a glass of whiskey to numb myself before I killed myself. And I just couldn't quit listening to your song. And it made me realize I wasn't alone.
Oh wow.
Say I get 1,000 of those a year. Let's say
Yeah,
999 of them are telling a fish story.
Yep.
They caught a fucking 6-inch guppy and told me it was a 12-pound bass, right? Let's imagine 999 of them are exaggerating the truth.
One of them.
But one of them was dead fucking serious and he was going to kill himself that night.
Yep.
Man, I gotta keep doing this.
Yeah.
I've got to find a way to I got to touch so many more thousands of people to keep finding those ones.
Yeah.
Well, then don't go get a house and fade to black.
I'm not. I was saying that, good. Yeah, it's like I'm not trying to touch people for the money.
Yeah, good.
I could cash out
Good.
and fucking roll off. You know what I
I
mean?
misunderstood that. I was going to
The
say, come on,
cowboy
man, we
could
need
ride
you,
away.
buddy.
Yeah, no, the
we need
cowboy
guys
could ride
like
away.
you. Yeah.
Because the cowboy can ride away because even your girl can afford a bunch of horses.
She is fucking awesome. Yeah, she is.
Yeah, but also
financially
cowboys-
super stable.
Cowboys aren't worried about touching people. They got a horse and a lady to take care of. That's all they
now
care
listen,
about.
man. Cowboys are good pokes now.
That's my
right?
point. They got this shit they got to take care of. They don't have Wi-Fi.
Because your girl's blown up on OnlyFans too.
She's
yeah?
still crushing. She's still her Patreon. Her podcast, The Dumb Blonde. That's why.
I can't believe, dude.
We'll
I
bring
was
her back.
driving.
I know. And I misread it.
She was supposed to be on.
And we're homies enough.
You
I should
know
have just
me.
called you like, yo, motherfucker,
Yeah,
I'm
but
bringing
like,
the
yeah,
wife.
dude, I don't give a
Because
fuck.
she was like, yeah, she never agrees. She's like, yeah, I love Shab. That's your homie. I'll come do it for
man.
sure. Because her podcast is crushing on Patreon.
God damn it.
The Dumb Blonde podcast, like, I'm really proud of her. Like,
I just looked her up before, like, we came
Yeah.
on because I saw one of your posts about her and I saw a little clip.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
she's
I mean,
good at
you
what
know
she
how
does.
hot she is. It's like
Yeah,
her
she-
Patreon is doing OnlyFans numbers for her.
Does she know any other dumb blondes?
A ton. Yeah, dude, my wife is the fucking
so bad.
yeah. Even that, I just love that. Yeah, she's just crushing, man.
Dude, you know what you need to go on because she's on OnlyFans? Dude, I can't believe I didn't think of this. He might be in New York or Vegas. Adam 22.
Dude, you know what's
Plug Talk.
If you want to hear the
That's my
most
guy.
fucked up
Adam's
story
my
ever?
guy.
It's my boy too. I called Adam and said, "Hey, yo, I'm coming to L.A. I'll be here these days." Because him and Lena and Bunny are cool, right? And I was like, his girl, and I was like, "Yo, I'm coming to fucking L.A. I want to do the pod." He's like, "You're not going to believe this. I'll be in Nashville when you're in LA.
Yeah, I know he's traveling because I was
know,
trying to
he's
get him to do
doing
the
the
companion.
circuit, dude,
Yeah, and
yeah.
he's like, bro, I go Vegas to Nashville or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. So he hit me Thursday. He was in Nashville before I flew out, and I was like, I had like a sinus infection and slept all day.
Yeah.
So I seen it the next day and missed him. But he wanted to take me and Bunny out to dinner and shit. Adam,
Oh, that'd been dope. You unplugged
for
Tom? His
sure.
show
Yeah,
is
dude. I'm
massive.
trying to do No Jumper.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm trying to go in there
that's
and
why I
kick
did
some
No
old school.
Jumper a
Yeah, I
few months
watched
ago.
it.
Yeah,
This
he's
shit was
great.
fire.
Yeah, he's great.
No, Adam's the homie. He's built such a great business, and he's just such
He's
a
brilliant.
genuine fucking
Yeah, he's
dude.
such a good person, man.
Hey, Jeff, are you going to put a diaper on that drink?
What are we doing, Jeff? You're talking about the rain.
You're like I'm the last American bro. It took me an hour and 27 minutes to finish a double shot of tequila. I'm on like shot 6.
Here's the rest
What are
of
you
the
talking about, man?
fucking breaking my heart,
Shouldn't
son.
refilled mine, man.
You didn't refill mine? What's going on?
Bob's over here drinking.
I was listening to you guys talk. I thought you were worried about me not having a coaster. I was like, why do you care about wood?
No, fuck. You wouldn't need a coaster if you were
diaper
drinking that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Golly.
Yeah, Adam,
I
his
thought he was
girl
mad about the
crushed.
moisture.
Fuck, yeah, they're
What are you
crushed.
worried about?
They are fucking.
Jelly Roll cares about friends.
Adam,
He's another, he's
another
just
guy.
Independent, like bad motherfucker.
Owns his IP,
dude.
just
such a
figured
good
it out.
person, man.
Building a business like you. He's got a ton of other projects coming out of No Jumper
Oh,
right
dude,
now.
what he's doing, like with the OnlyFans and like
Yeah.
the podcast where they, hook up with girls, him and his wife. I'm like, dude, it's brilliant.
No, everything he does
I mean,
is awesome.
it's not my business model, but for like,
yeah.
he's like the Steve Jobs.
No,
of
for
OnlyFans.
sure.
The envy
fucking
of every
genius,
man in
dog.
America. Come on.
Yeah.
And his girl's so bad.
Yeah,
Like, it's-
and the best part is how he just like is crossing into pop culture now. Because I just watched him do the podcast tour. He did everything from DJ Academics to KFC Radio.
He did Schulte.
To fucking Schulte to Barstool. All the bar. He went and did the whole Barstool circuit. It's like just watching him is like there's no
and
fucking
he's such
way.
a cool dude, man.
Such a
he's
good
such
dude.
a good guy.
Just the most down to earth. Like, yeah, man, let's do
You
a
haven't
pod.
put a single person on this screen without a ton of tattoos.
I know though. We need face tattoos.
I'm
Jeff.
I'm fucking Adam.
But like I was like with
get
Adam
some tats.
22 too. I was like, God damn, man. Like he has so many interesting like wild guests on. When
Yep.
he's talking to me, I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah,
he's like,
no,
no,
for
it's
sure.
fun, man. I'm like,
No.
I
Is that a nip?
oh,
Yeah.
dude, so when he has a show. It's
Partial.
on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
the plug where
They interview
interview a porn star and then him
fuck
and his
'em.
wife fuck him.
What
That's a hell of a
fucking
premise.
business model.
Oh, he makes.
I have trouble booking guests that I don't fuck.
And you thought you were fucking had life figured out, right?
He makes all the money. Like,
Oh, dude,
It's nuts.
It's fucking
yeah,
insane.
that's
That's
had a
his
baby
wife?
girl. Yeah,
That's his wife.
Yeah, they handle their business, man. It's like me and Bunny. They just fucking get their shit done and do it right.
No, he's brilliant,
And he's
man.
a fucking sweetheart of a guy.
he's really, really, really fucking
I
smart.
think if I remember right, he like grew up on the East Coast and moved out here forever ago. Like was BMX bike dude or something.
Yeah,
first.
BMX
Yep.
bike. Yeah,
He's got a really cool story. And he's been doing it forever. You know, I discovered like a lot of the early change of rap music over there. Like XXXTentacion, the first time I heard of him was through No Jumper.
Yeah,
the first time I heard 6ix9ine's music was through No Jumper.
man.
First time I heard Puya, the Buffet Boys, the fucking Suicide Boys, all that shit I heard first. Juice WRLD, all that shit I heard.
These are real
first through
bands,
Adam.
right?
Yeah.
because Adam knows he has.
Yeah.
His ear to
Never
the
heard
ground
any
as
of
far as
those
music.
guys.
He even
You had never
bands
heard of
as
none
well.
of them?
I'm the worst.
None of them?
Dude, you know,
I've heard of XXA. He's the crazy.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
He got all that crazy hair and stuff, right?
Yeah, the red
yeah,
hair.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
this can't be. You're like something straight out of American Pie, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like the more I talk to you, the more I love you,
Yeah.
and then hate you.
No, but
Then
also
you say random stuff. It's like, what the
a
fuck?
little
is
bit
happening with
Jelly
this
Roll.
guy?
He's like Stifler.
No, that's the thing, Jelly Roll. Like, you could play for me, and I go, you'd change my life. I'd become obsessed with the guy the next day. I was in Germany, and we went to this stupid bar that was like also like a museum, and it was dedicated to the Ramones. Never fucking heard of these guys. Just wanted to drink. I was in Germany. I was like, fuck it, I'll go check out these fruitcakes. And so I'm looking at the thing. I was like, because I'm a comedian, so I start going, look at this Joey Ramone fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
But then I'm getting drunk. I'm listening to the songs. I'm walking through all the stuff. I was like, actually, these guys are pretty
The
dope.
Ramones are pretty
So then,
badass,
and I'm making bank on this NBC travel show. So
Yeah.
I'm getting like
right.
50 grand an episode.
Yeah.
So I text my boys back in LA. I go, when I get home, I miss all you guys. When I get home, we're all going to a Ramones concert, because I just learned about them literally like 10 minutes ago. And my friends who are smarter than me are like, I hope you're sitting down, bud. They're all dead. There's one that's sort of alive who was barely in the band. But like, that's how I am. Like, after like 2 nights, I like did a deep dive on Google. I learned everything about the Ramones. I'm like a
boys,
huge
yeah.
fan. So it's like, I just don't know about this stuff. But then when I see it, and
A lot of those rappers, like some are.
They were
like,
super underground. Quite a few of them
underground.
passed
Like,
away,
a lot of them,
sadly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Adam
they were like
he was
that
talking
young.
about Lil Xan. Like I saw some clips of him. He gets concerned for these guys like Lil Xan, where he'll have him on the show and be like, "Dude, how are you spending your money?" Like, he's
for
actually
sure.
concerned for some of these younger
No, he
rappers. and
actually-
how
He'll
they
also
manage
edit
their
certain
finances.
stuff out. Like if he was saying if it's like a rapper beef with another rapper and he was talk shit, that's fine. But
Yeah.
if it's like a gang member and another gang member and they're using certain verbiage that he knows is going
Right.
to shed violence, he'll
Yeah.
edit.
He's
like,
not
this
purely
isn't what I do.
exploitative, which a lot of podcasts
No, he's great.
are. They're just trying to
He's
get
great.
that out
Yeah,
of you.
for
But
sure.
he's like, how are you doing? Like,
He's
how are you
really
spending your
diligent.
money? And
What are you doing with your money?
No,
I
he's
like Logan Paul and them do that too. I think it's cool. When they did the Island Boys podcast, they were like, "Yo, what are you investing in?"
Yeah,
Right.
no, Logan,
Like,
Jake.
yo, like
And they
you're really
walked
getting
off
some
the
bread
set.
now. Yeah, they walked off
The
set.
Island Boys, yeah, because
Yeah.
he felt like they were being punked.
Yeah,
but he was like, I don't know
Mike
what
was
you're
shooting
talking
it straight
about.
at him. He was like, "Yo, worst case scenario, you can sell your jewelry and you'll have a backup."
Right,
And
that
what
was
are you
the thing
saying?
that
We'll sell our
triggered him.
jewelry. Is like what?
Mike and Logan are smart as fuck,
Yeah,
man.
they're
Especially-
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Smarter than the Island Boys?
I mean, it's close.
I don't know what's going to happen with those boys.
It's an IQ off.
I tuned out. To me,
Yeah.
it just started getting weird. When they started having 4 or 5 of them, I was like, I'm done. And they popped up on my F. They were like fucking. They were just like grow. They were like baby's kids. They just died, they multiplied.
Also, what
They were
island
like
are they?
chicken pet.
Are they from?
Yeah, it was very strange.
That whole thing just taught me so much about life. I
Dude,
was
we
like,
tried to
there's
get
no
my
way
King
this
and the
works.
Sting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me and Theo were going to line them up.
Oh, they would have. You know the fucked up part is, they would have not figured it out.
No, that's what we were
Y'all
gonna
would have
do.
just fire in the hole, and they would have just been like,
Fire, flames. Their manager was like, I don't think so.
They have a manager?
It was their brother, I think.
Bubba, let me tell you something, Bubba.
The guy they
Anytime
know.
somebody's
Yeah,
making
it was-
money, there's somebody over there trying to pillage.
That's true. Yeah.
But those
Yeah.
boys can't still be making like how they make money now. Like the Island Boy.
I'm confused
that
by
was
it because he'll go like again, all rappers do this, but he goes on TikTok and he's like, first person to say like put $100,000 in cash on their TikTok like can criticize whatever. They're stunting a lot, right? I don't know how they make money. I honestly don't because they're terrible live performers. They don't seem to have any songs.
They look ridiculous.
If you could explain their business model
Yeah.
to me, I'd love it.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be some money on.
there has to
somewhere.
be something like someone's paying them to promote on Instagram.
Yeah, there
something.
has to be
But I
something
watched
somewhere.
on World Star them get beat up in a mall
Yeah,
and jack their
right.
chain.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But
Yeah.
just having that following, you could make money.
Yeah, for
posting
sure.
Stuff, but
Yeah.
Well, I can
it's-
tell you right now that Ethica's supporting them.
All right, so would you consider this selling
Right?
out to be like the joke of the internet, but then be like, but I'm getting paid? Wouldn't you think that's kind of
Well,
selling
it just
out?
depends on what where you are in your own life.
Yeah.
What's
I'm
your
not
personal
mad at them. I'm
But I
just
think
saying,
they-
like,
they think they're being
It would
authentic.
suck to.
Yeah, it's like exactly like whatever your personal integrity is, And I don't think they have kids, but that's where shit starts to become really subjective because at
I
the end
hope
of the
they
day,
don't.
because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna like. There's nothing I could do that provides for my daughter that you could judge me for
Right.
No,
as a father,
no,
right?
hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So it's
also,
like,
with
I don't
them,
think they have kids.
Like if they're a stock, I'm not investing in that.
Sure.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like
Yeah, I'm not gonna believe they're gonna be fucking huge in 5 years.
new
right?
5. That's 5 months.
Yeah.
It's. But also there was one where he was getting. I have those same shoes. That's disappointing. But there was
Island Boys?
God damn it.
Job goes home and throws
In
away the
blue?
shoes.
Ah, dude, those exact kicks. I give him a suplex. Chin, you're with me.
That was
but
a-
they were on World Star. I love World Star. But he was getting beat up by his baby mama. So
no.
apparently he punched her.
So he
and
does
then-
have kids.
And then sorry, not baby mom, just
His girl, yeah.
She was whooping his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's crying.
And it was
course.
lame as
he was crying.
Not allowed to hit back.
Man, why
Yeah.
do we bring
Well,
the video up?
I feel like he had his hands full.
Yeah.
Those guys are a disaster.
You know what? I could be wrong, but I'm going to give you my guess right now. My guess is they're on Xanax, heavy
100%.
codeine.
I agree.
They're on
Codeine.
something
Yeah, I
that
agree.
Scissor.
completely separates
I agree.
from reality,
Correct.
right? It just feels that
At a young
way.
age,
And,
yeah.
Yeah.
fuck, man.
Because they don't seem to have a whole lot of worries, do they?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they also don't seem like they leave the house a lot. I didn't see any pictures that were like in the street.
No, I don't think they.
I think this is some weird stay at home, make a lot of money if you can right now, druggy
Yeah,
shit.
see?
This is a lot of home pictures. But what's that with the kid there?
Oh no.
He's got a kid there.
Please tell me that's not his kid.
Happy Father's Day to the men out there taking care of the.
So he does have a kid.
Does have a
Oh,
kid.
This is a
dude.
random child I found.
It's a white baby.
You know what the other side of this is?
Interesting.
The weird flip side of life could could be. These dudes could be geniuses. This could all be a gimmick. They could be selling shit, sitting
That's
on a
so
mountain of cash,
possible, yeah.
investing in half of Miami right now.
It's so possible.
And they come over and talk to you off camera like, hey, Shop, really inspired by your story. And sit down and go, yeah, man. Fucking yeah. And you're just
Yeah, I
like,
know.
what the fuck
Yeah,
just
you
happened?
never
I was
know.
just talking to you
They're
out
the
here.
Andy Kaufman of the rap world.
Yeah. They have that Lamborghini
Literally.
SUV. It's so strange, dude.
Yo, I'm late to the party. I just watched the Jim Carrey movie about Kaufman.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Man on the
late to
Moon.
the party. Yeah.
Dude, he
Great
was,
movie.
you know, he's so good
and
at
you know
that.
what made me watch it? I watched the documentary that
Yes.
just came out.
And-
Whatever.
And you see how he gets so
Into
into
the
Andy
character.
Kaufman.
Which
Holy
was-
fuck.
Andy Kaufman's family went up to him and was like, dude, you are Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
I hated
And
it.
he was like, I'm not that.
And everyone
hated
working
it.
with him was
No.
like, hey, you're an asshole.
He tried to convince them that he was.
yeah.
He tried to have like this moment with Andy's mom or dad. I can't really remember which
were
one.
crying, the mom.
And he was like basically convinced them that he was channeling Andy and they
Yeah.
were actually talking to Andy. And I was like, that's a little gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
part
if
made
it helps
me,
him. The only thing
If it
is,
helps,
like,
yeah,
he stayed in such character. He was a method actor. That wrestler on there,
Jerry Lawler.
Jerry Lawler, when they were at craft services, he kept
He got
fucking with-
mad, though.
Jerry Lawler beat him up.
Yeah.
He put his
So
hands on him.
Jerry
got
Lawler
physical
said
for that, yeah.
Andy was actually really sweet, but when they were filming and doing things, Andy would get into Andy mode. He goes, Jim just acted like Andy mode the whole time, but
didn't
like
get it,
really
yeah.
Andy was like polite and like respectful
camera,
and like
yeah.
That's interesting.
knows that it's a shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but Jim didn't get to study real Andy. He had to study
Tape. Where it's not really him,
Ludka
yeah.
or whatever. And like so,
Right.
like he thinks he's channeling the real Andy Kaufman. He's channeling the entertainer.
Yes.
and he did a great job. Jim Carrey's brilliant.
He said
but it was
he
just
said
kind of
never
like
was the same after
he
that.
annoyed everyone.
That's when he got crazy. They
Yeah, I
say
believe
after that
that.
movie he went crazy,
I believe that.
which
They-
is so.
That happens a lot, though. Isn't that what they said happened to Heath?
Yep, and Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, what's his fucking name? The guy he's in. He did Nightcrawler. Brilliant actor.
Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. He's like, once I did Nightcrawler, he's like, even now I'm still not. Okay.
Such a good movie.
He's like, I got so involved with that guy. He was such a narcissist and like sociopath. He's like, I'm still not normal from it.
Really? Yo, the
And then I go,
Nightcrawler,
but
like the
also you're
Supergirl?
acting. You know.
He's like, I played a TMZ reporter.
yeah, it's like take it easy because you're acting. You know?
Right.
No, he was like
the photo, like they
he
go
was like
take
a video
pictures of
guy for the
accidents,
news.
yeah.
Oh, I
He'd
remember
film,
that,
like
yeah, yeah.
accidents and shit. Great movie.
Great movie.
Gets the Dodge Challenger.
Are y'all watching anything right now? I don't historically watch shit,
Obi-Wan. I just
but
finished
because
it.
of the tour that I've been on for so long,
Hey, come on,
this
man.
tour has been
I got
forever.
kids.
So I've been on the bus watching shit.
What have you been watching?
The Offer on Paramount Plus.
always good
It's about when Al Ruddy went to go make The Godfather, and he had to work out a deal with Joe Colombo. And
Oh
the
my!
actual
And my
mafia.
boy, he's in fucking Top Gun. Who am I? Miles Teller's in it.
It's
Yes.
fire.
Yeah, yeah.
It is actually worth the fucking watch.
Oh, I watch
Wait,
it,
why do you think Star Wars is gay? You love stories.
but not the. I like the original Star Wars. These spin-offs.
Oh, they're so
it's
good.
a money play.
It's so good.
I mean, if you're balls deep, and I guess it.
It's good, man. It's a good story, and it's also like the Dave Filoni's making it. John Favreau, like they know what they're doing. The story's
Right.
fucking dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're better, I would argue, than the
Really?
movies.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
You know, I want to watch them, but I'll be honest to tell you
deep
that I
cut.
didn't watch some of the first ones.
Yeah, so
So
you
I'm
don't know what's
afraid I
going
would
on.
be.
But they
20 years
over-explain that stuff
behind.
in the beginning.
Okay.
Going, like,
Isn't
hey,
Bill Burr in them too?
Bill Burr's in them? What's his name? Kamal Nanjiani? I don't know how to say his name.
Come on, Nanjiani.
Yeah, Brian Posehn's in
Camille.
it. There's a comedian in like every episode, but also like the acting's phenomenal. It's
I got-
really good.
I got really into Bates Motel.
Yeah.
5 seasons. I think it's an older show. I don't know. My
Yeah,
girl's
for
like,
sure.
let's
No, it's
watch
an older
Bates
show, but it's
Motel. I'm like,
fire.
all right, dude,
Yep.
it's so fucking
No,
good.
One of them will warp you in. I just watched
Wars
Winning
gay.
Time.
Bates
Oh, that's
Motel.
great. That's dope.
It was so good. Winning Time
They're,
was so
they're
good.
suing the. He knows Winning Time.
I
So
love
he
Winning
knows the
Time.
Bus family
I thought
really
it was
well.
fire.
He's Mr. Laker. I went to
Probably
the Lakers game
get in
with him.
trouble for sharing this, but Jeannie, we would text every episode, and she's like, "Yep, that happened. Yep, that happened.
wow.
This is true." And like Jerry Bus Magic, all these guys are getting mad. Like that's
Jerry
not what
West is
happened.
like, "I'm not an
That's not
asshole."
what happened. But here's
Yeah.
the thing: is like everything that's on that show is true.
Yeah.
The difference is they don't know what they said. So everything they said is just Hollywood writers making
Yeah.
up the script.
But they
because
know
they don't
the-
know what they said.
No.
So they have to make up that dialogue.
Right.
And they're
But they
mad
do
that they're
know
making
what
it-
happened.
Yeah.
So if you're watching it and it's like if someone's depicting me, I'd be like, I would never say that. It's like, yeah, I know, but they don't know what you said, so they have
Yeah,
to
for
make
sure.
that
But
up.
they know that this situation happened.
They probably made him sound smarter.
But
Yeah.
Jerry West is
thought it was
like, I
fire.
wasn't an asshole. But then most people are like, yeah, you were.
Jerry was famous.
That's what they said.
Right. It'd be like if they made a documentary about me and they show my life exactly exactly what it is, and then I get mad at all the bad things.
Yeah.
Like, hey, why they make me sound like a drunk? It's like, Jeff, you're a drunk. You can't get. They're not gonna just cherry pick
I
everything.
tell you, Jenny Bus. He was like, "You want to go to the Lakers game?" I'm like, "Sure." I figured, I don't know, mid-level seats. What? We're sitting in Jenny Bus's seat.
Yeah, owner's seats, yeah.
We're sitting next to her. He's talking shit to her about the players on the court.
Well, we're like very good friends, so like I get
She's
drunk
buying
and I
us
just
drink.
get
We're
loose.
getting
We
drunk.
can go anytime you want.
Yeah, I'd love to go.
Oh, it's the best
Fucking
experience
wild.
ever. We're getting
Yeah.
drunk. He's talking shit to her about the trades and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey. I was like, dude, relax.
Also,
man.
I know nothing. They could have I don't even know if how it happened. I'm like, I can't believe you got rid of Caruso.
Yeah, he was giving her shit for getting rid of Caruso. I'm like, what
like
is
killing for the
happening?
Bulls.
I thought
But,
it was fire. I thought the whole show was fire.
Oh, brilliant.
it's such
I
a
thought
good
it
so
was
well
fucking
done.
so. It didn't make me look at anybody in a bad light. I respected Jerry West.
Right, because Jerry West probably only saw the first 2 episodes where it made him look like a psycho.
Yeah.
Which he was, and then the rest of this series made him look great.
Exactly.
And I don't think he watched the rest of the series. He
for
just
It
panicked
made him look
after
like a dude
episode
that was
1.
fucking determined to be a fucking winning franchise and did what he
Yeah.
had to do to make it happen and was a fucking obsessed, compulsive
Correct.
fucking nutcase. But that's fucking awesome.
So the way that you're I don't know if you're big into sports. Are you big into
Oh, yeah,
sports?
for sure.
Oh, then never mind.
Why?
Well, I always tell people they'll be like, I don't like basketball, and I recommend Winning Time, and they love it.
Yeah.
Same with Star Wars.
What's
You don't
Invincible?
have to like Star Wars to watch Mandalorian. Like you could think sci-fi stuff's dumb, space.
Yeah, I don't like space stuff.
But if you watch The Mandalorian, you go, oh, this is a fucking western. It's a western.
I'm
space
watching. I'm
western.
gonna because of you. I'll be on the bus this weekend.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
You'll
for
love
sure.
it.
But
Episode 1, you'll go, I'm in.
Yeah, but have you seen Yellowstone or 1883?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, well,
Absolutely.
you're good
Westworld. I
Yeah.
love cowboy shit.
Yeah. No,
Red Dead Redemption.
I thought I wouldn't get into it. I thought it was too dialogue driven.
then. Which one?
Well, Yellowstone. And my wife was
best
like,
show
"You
ever."
gotta watch it." And then I was like, I refused forever.
Me
and then
too.
I watched one random episode. It wasn't even like episode 1, season 1.
You
And
just
after
jumped in
that
the middle.
episode, I was like, stop. As soon as it was over, I was like,
Restart.
I love you. Don't watch
The
another
first
one. I'm
episode
gonna
is
catch
information
up.
heavy. They kind of
Yeah.
have to set up the whole
But
world.
I would
So I
argue,
went back and watched fucking we finished the whole
I
thing.
would argue 1883 is better than
Really?
Yellowstone.
I'm a big Tim
Fuck,
McGraw
it's good.
fan, so I thought
Me
that was
too.
just fire. That Tim and Faith
1883
were
was
in it
fire.
together.
Dude, my family, we go to Hawaii like everybody else does. Since Yellowstone, we only go to Montana now.
Right.
I like that.
I'm telling you, that shit.
Yeah.
Do you play Montana? Comedically?
I did Boise, which
Boise?
is Idaho. but
Yeah.
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 Not Montana.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But they've
enough.
got good Montana gigs. You
Do they
can
really?
crush
Oh,
out
I would
there,
do
yeah.
that all
Or you
day.
play like Billings, like pub station or
Billings
something?
and then Butte, and then there's one more big city out there, but Lucas Seeley books it. You would sell out
Really? Oh, I
so
love that.
fucking fast.
Yeah, but Boise is one of the best venues I've ever played. Middle of the pandemic, theater. It sells out. I'm getting ready to go out, and the manager comes in the back and goes, it's right at the start of the pandemic. She goes, hey, there's protesters outside. I go, why? And I was like, oh, because everyone's not vaccinated and they don't have masks on. She goes, no, they're anti-mask. I go, wait, and they're protesting my show?
Yeah.
I go, did they not get the memo? I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
I don't care about
I go,
masks.
to me, it's free choice. Do what you want. If you want to wear a mask, I don't care. Wear a mask.
Yeah.
Want to be vaccinated? Get vaccinated. I don't care.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And I go, I'll solve this easy. I'll go out there. She goes, no, you can't go out there. I'll go out there. So I go out there. Hey, nobody in here is wearing a mask.
Yeah,
and they're
we
like,
don't
what?
care.
I'm like, no, it's all good. They went, let's move on.
Yeah, they're like, same team.
Yeah. I was like, same team, guys.
To the park or to the local Waffle House.
Yeah.
We got enough.
We got a night off.
On to Chili's. Yeah.
What's the? I'm trying to remember. It's Missoula.
Yeah.
Missoula,
That's what I was-
Montana.
That's where I fly into.
Yeah.
It's like a half
Butte,
an hour.
Billings, Missoula. Yeah.
We got in a fight leaving Missoula on the way to Billings or something, and we stopped at like an off diner on tour. This is many moons ago, and I'll never forget. We was in the restaurant. There was only a few of us awake, so we were just in there eating, and like randomly, all these old cowboys pull up, and I was like, a bar must have just let out or something, right? It's like 2 a.m. or something.
They're tough boys.
And I remember right then, I was like, I looked at my dude, I was like, it's fitting to happen. Before they walked in, I knew. I was like, I knew where we were. I knew what the energy was going to be. I was like, we're for sure fixing to get a fight.
That sucks, though. Why?
Yeah, you know how you just feel it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm just like, this is going to happen. Like, they were rowdy walking in. I was like,
Your
it's gonna
boys
happen.
were eating like salads.
For sure. Yeah, we're in there. No, we're like,
Caesar
yeah, we're in there.
What is it?
We just look
They're
like a
looking for
bunch of
excuses.
I'm the only one that looks like a cowboy. The rest of us look like rockers and fucking
Yeah.
rappers. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, this is finna happen. You know what I mean? And when we get up to leave, one of them goes, well, I hate it when them kind of motherfuckers come to this town. And I was like, here it goes.
There it is.
And I was like, please don't pick this out of the air. One of my dudes like, what kind of motherfuckers you talking about? He's like, just fucking whatever. You know, he just had some, you know, he said something funny. And I was just like, and then, you know, one thing turns to another. We end up getting into a full-blown fist fight. This is way early in my career.
Yeah.
But you remember moments like that? Because
sure.
we only fought, you know,
a handful
of times on tour ever. You know what I mean? And every one of them's always, because we're such a big group. It's like on tour, you know how y'all move. It's like there's always a ton of us. So if we ever get in a fight, it's because there's a ton of them.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like it never turns into like, most of the time, 2 or 3 drunk dudes will look and be like, oh, that's an entire bus full of humans.
Nobody's getting jumped out.
Well, you could get in
I mean?
30 fights. You're going to remember all 30.
Yeah, for sure.
a fight.
Right? Yeah.
But Jelly, do you have like, I have like, I forget where I was at, somewhere in the Midwest, and I come out and I look out and there's like a biker guys in the front row.
Yeah.
And I start making fun. I go, what is Sons of Anarchy extras just get done? Would you guys just get out? And they're not laughing.
Yeah, they go,
I'm like,
what?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's weird. And I keep looking. I see one get up, go to the bathroom. I see Hell's Angels on the back of his giant. I'm like,
boy.
oh, fuck.
Yeah, like these are real dudes.
Real motherfucking dude. So I get to the back, but they bought the VIP. They're in the front reserve VIP.
Yeah.
There's like 12 of them.
Yeah.
And I'm in the back, and I tell my brother, I'm like, you see the Hell's Angels in the front? He goes, yeah, they're in line, dude, for the meet and greet. I'm like, fuck. I was like, I was making fun of them. They're the nice people ever. For
sure.
And then I'll never forget this. The main guy goes, bro, we own the strip club up the street, man. You and your brother, it's on us. Least we can do. We listen to your show all the time. He goes, the birds are sucking the boys off. And I was like, the birds?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
And he's like, the girls.
Oh,
And I was
nice.
like, oh, those poor birds.
That's like how I talk.
I was like, those poor birds. And he goes, you want to go? I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, man, we'll wait for you at the back and, we can follow us there. My brother's like, bro, we're not going to the Hell's Angels strip club.
Yes,
You
I am.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, oh, you
We
got
didn't
to
go.
now. They're waiting at the
Do
fucking
you,
door.
Do you get those like rough dudes at your
Oh,
shows?
yeah, all the time.
Like when we were in Portland, I had a big dude. I don't know what he does. Proud Boys.
Yeah.
He goes, bro, you need anything, you let us know. And I was like,
yeah.
I don't know what I need, but
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll take the
Gestures,
support,
yeah.
my man. Thanks for
No.
buying that shirt.
They're cool. You know what it is? They're great people because one, they're not a fan of much as a group.
Correct.
So the shit they share as a group, they're like, oh no, this is like we're gonna ride for this.
Yes.
Right.
It's like their culture is like whatever they're into, they're into. Whatever they're not.
Yes.
So they're into it. They're like, we fuck with you.
I do feel like bikers are very sweet that way. Like they're like family, married. They're all this. They're rough, but
Their
they're like,
problem is literally with shit that has nothing to do with us.
right.
No, it doesn't involve
For
us.
sure.
Like I respect
it's
the
some
fuck out
epitome of
them.
some street shit. Like if those dudes have a problem with some dudes, it's not like we're drunk bikers trying to fight some dudes at a bar.
Yeah.
This is like some real, like, you need to get the fuck out of here. We got a real problem.
Also,
with you
don't
guys.
call them a biker gang in front of them because
Yeah.
they go motorcycle club.
Yeah,
I'm like,
we're a motorcycle.
Okay.
club.
Yeah,
for
whatever you
sure.
want to call it.
whatever.
No,
man.
for
Tomato,
sure.
tomato,
Gang,
brother.
right?
They're awesome.
Yeah, they're great.
Struggle
Mob to me.
tours all the time and meets with all of them. He has them. He plays Bike Week, and that's his like culture because he rides. Yellow Wolf's the same way. He rides, so he's heavy in the culture. They just come to my shows and I always take care of them. But we had a show. I'll never forget this one. We was in Charlotte, and I'd like to think it was the Outlaws because we get a lot of Hell's Angels come out in some cities. It's always different. But we're in Charlotte, North Carolina. I pull up Struggle. You'll see he looks like a biker. By the way, he's fucking like yoked up, all jacked and shit. Put Yellow Wolf crash site.
No, that's what popped
Okay.
up. Yeah, on its own.
Yeah.
But that's. Well,
Well, no, he did a song with.
Yeah, they've had a lot of records.
And then he
together.
was close with Bubba Sparks too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but you see Struggle. He's wearing a cut right there. But Struggle it's not a motorcycle club cut, but it's still.
Don't
a
look like
style.
he's struggling to find
Yep.
weights. Am I right?
For sure, yeah, dude. You should see him now. Go to
Lot
his
of
Instagram
tattoos
right
again.
now.
Every
Struggle
person-
is like
Right.
type in Struggle Jimmy's
Big theme
Instagram.
going
This
on in this
dude
episode.
is like, first of all, he was fat, and then he did like 5 years in federal prison and came home and was like, fucking yeah. Look at him right there.
Damn, he's jacked.
Yeah, this is dude. Tell me he doesn't look like inmate number 7695432.
Guys like that love us. They love comedians.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No.
So he just looks the part, but he'll call me every now and then, like, yo, I'm sitting in the Hells Angels, homie. But I come out of the back of fucking, look, he just looks like that. Look at him. Look at having the best.
Struggle having
That dude
fun
was
in
in
the
prison.
lake.
Look at him, just balling.
When the
posting.
guys struggle
I thought
like
that was
that,
so awesome that he posted that.
That
by
doesn't
the
look
way.
like a struggle at all.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Look
Like
cool.
Changed his name to Thrive.
No, for sure. He's just a fucking animal now.
Yeah, I knew him because when they did the Nashville.
Although doesn't Mein Kampf mean my struggle?
Yeah,
It does.
because when they did the Nashville kind of documentary thing on Vice, it was
Yep.
you, Struggles, and Bubba.
Absolutely, 100%. Yep.
What's some of the biker gangs? Like, what's some of the names? Hell's Angels.
Mongols, Hell
the Mongols.
Angels, Outlaws.
So we were at Porn Star Karaoke in the Valley, right? It used to be a good place. The pandemic shut it down. I don't even know if that bar
I heard about that place too.
It's dope. So what they do is once a week on a certain night, I remember for over a decade, they get all these porn stars, and the porn stars would basically host a karaoke night. I heard about this. It's like, wait, there's porn stars at a dive bar, and like you sing karaoke, and there'd be like 10 porn stars, but like 4 like famous ones.
Sounds awesome.
Right.
It was dope. And you just get to like go hang out, and like a lot of creeps show up. So like you look like a rock star because they're like, I would actually fuck that guy for
you look
free.
normal,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're like not a creep. So we're there, we're having fun, we're just kind of watching, we're drinking. The owner knew who I was, so that helps also. Like that made me very flattered or whatever. But then all these dudes came in, and they're wearing vests, and they're like, they don't
outlaw
look like
vest?
they want any jokes or anything. Like they're like very serious.
Like biker vests.
Yeah, there's 20 of them.
Yeah,
20
of
guys
course.
in a small dive bar is a lot.
Outlaws are some wild.
And they
boys.
sit down, and it was the
Outlaws.
the Mongols.
Mongols.
The
Oh,
Mongols.
yeah.
And my buddy Brant was like starstruck. My buddy Brant Tobler was like, you know what those are? I was like, I don't know shit about shit. You know that, right? I don't know anything. So I'm going, I don't know. Like some
I
guy.
get starstruck too about biker gangs.
He got starstruck. He goes, that's like one of the most famous gangs in the. So I go, I'm gonna go get a picture with him. He goes, no. Like, don't go up to those guys. I go,
That's not what
that'll
they
be
want.
fine, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And they like kept me from like going up to these guys, but
That'd been a bad idea.
these
yeah.
dudes, they watch karaoke like this. Like there's some guys sucking at karaoke. We're all laughing. There's a bunch
not
of
having it.
slut porn stars going like, ha ha. Like everyone's having fun except these guys.
Well, they're just probably for the porn stars.
Oh my god,
They don't want to hear your shitty
they were
music.
so
They were going to
business-
poach pussy on the way out.
didn't look like they were having
were just
fun at
waiting
all.
until last call
fun
to steal all the
after.
It was
girls.
amazing.
Yeah.
But like, there's something cool about it. I mean, I know I shouldn't like,
No, there's something cool.
but it was something
like, 'cause
cool
they're
about it, like
outlaws.
a
They live-
community, like
Yeah.
this like group.
There's something
a
just
hierarchy.
polarizing about it, right? The
Yeah,
fact
they don't
the way
live by
they
the
move.
same rules. They they're playing a game where if they get caught, they're going away for like it's like mafia.
And it's funny how they identify themselves openly. Like the cut will say president,
Yes,
vice president,
on the vest.
commander, prospect,
Bro,
And there was a guy
friend
carrying-
of. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what the
There was
fuck?
a young guy, not a young guy, but he was the lowest on the ranks, and he was carrying all the drugs and weapons.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Because if
not
the cops,
patched.
then he's
Yep.
the guy that takes the fall.
Yeah, he's not.
Well, I
patched.
would like to think
To
this
earn
is
his
you
stripes.
being kind of presumptuous. I would think maybe he was just carrying their keys to their motorcycles.
Well, that's nice. I don't want to say it.
How fucked up
Hey,
of you
listen,
to
the
presume
guy's a
good,
good guy.
club.
good standing citizens had drugs and guns?
That's
Well,
what he
but
was
you
doing.
know, the Hell's Angels. They're a straight up corporation business.
For sure.
They have the baddest lawyers you know.
Yeah.
I had a buddy owns I won't say his name, very famous. He has a clothing company.
Joe
that I used to-
Rogan.
That I used to no, Joe Rogan, no. But he had a clothing company. And he copied the Hell's Angels. You know how the back says California?
Yeah.
He copied that, and then it was like patches. And then where it says Hell's Angel, he had his company's name. Underneath
he's
it said
dead now.
California, and there was a motorcycle. He copied them. They sent him a cease and desist a day later and put on the site. He's like, they're not gonna do anything. I was like, man, it seems like
not
a bad
gonna
idea.
do anything?
He's walking with his girl down Beverly Hills. They all pull up. Of
course.
They're like, if you sell one more fucking item just like ours, I'm telling you, I promise.
Yeah.
Didn't threaten him, was just like legally threaten him. I don't know if it's physical. Just
Yeah.
legally threaten him.
Yeah.
Oh, he took it down the next fucking.
They're not going to do anything. It's not Taco Bell.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Hell's Angels.
Yeah,
they're probably going to do
They're not gonna do anything. I'm like, I
They're
feel
probably
like
going to do
I feel
something.
like it's a bad idea, dude. The Hell's Angels tell you stop doing something.
I'm not
Stop
calling their
doing it.
bluff.
I'm subject
Yeah.
to listen myself.
Yeah,
We're
man.
sending you a
Wild.
cease and desist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they
This
do
is not a threat to murder you.
It wasn't even sent by a lawyer. It was just sent by like the
Yeah.
toughest guy in that group.
But
He's
people
like,
try
"Yeah,
to
I'll
copy
fucking
the shit
kill
all
you."
the time.
Stop
They're
it.
like Disney, bro. Their
We've been,
lawyers
we've been-
are up.
we've been to a
Buffalo
lot of
Trace.
clubhouses. We've left a lot of shows and went to the clubhouses
Jeff.
afterwards with them.
Yeah, no.
It's fucking
That's how you
awesome.
do it.
I would
Came
love
out
to
Go,
go to
Jeff.
that.
Growing up, son, I'm proud of you,
know,
man.
I'm
You're
sorry,
fucking
guys. I should've-
for all
Well,
your lack of cocaine and hip hop knowledge, you make up for it in
No, that's the
alcoholism.
thing. But I'm here to be top.
Yeah, that's it.
here
Fucking
to be
look.
tough.
I just love that
It's
you're fucking
teachable.
drinking.
It is 10:20 p.m., gentlemen.
Ain't that awesome? And we're just sitting here
You know that
drunk
means your
talking
wife's
shit about
texted you
biker
5
gangs.
times.
What a pod! Y'all's whole concept of what y'all do is the coolest, wildest shit ever. we're literally just sitting in here getting smack drunk.
Yeah, but we want
Talking
to
about
be
Hell's
Talking
Angels.
about Hell's Angels.
We wanna
I'm 2
be
hours into this podcast. Like,
musicians.
how in the fuck
Yeah.
did we end up here? Yeah.
Athletes want to be rock stars. Rock stars want to be athletes. Comedians want to be. It's all.
Yeah.
The
We all like
circle
respect
of
each
life.
other.
I think it's a respect of the art.
I mean, I want to be a motorcycle gang, but yeah, sure.
me too.
I want to be a
Fuck,
cowboy,
yeah.
bro.
Ah, you could do that.
For real.
Get
I used to not like Westerns my entire life. And then I played the game Red Dead Redemption at the same time. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Do you still play games?
What's that?
you still
a
play
little
games?
bit. If the game's good enough. I know I slurred that. Red Dead Redemption 2
I have recently. I've got into it on
came
the
out
bus.
at the same time as The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, the Coen movie.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. Since then, I've been obsessed with cowboys.
Yeah.
All cowboy shit.
You're playing video games?
Yeah, on the
What do you
bus.
like?
Yeah, dude, listen, you don't listen. I just did a radio tour. Shop, I have spent like, I'd say more than 80% of this year on the bus.
Really?
That's a tough gig, dude.
It's me and my wife were
mean, you're
like
grinding, but-
we wrote down how often we've been sleeping at the house recently. Like I've slept in our bed.
Heartbreaking.
And it was sad when she brought it to my attention. Like, do you know you slept in your bed 9 times in the last 84 days?
Oh my
That's a
God.
sacrifice. It's like when
Yeah.
you see Bert tomorrow, me and him were talking about it. When I was talking about how, I mean, it's a good thing and bad thing. Like, I can't leave my kids for more than 3 days. I'm physically ill. I can't do it. And Bert's like, man, I wish I was like that. He's like I go on tour tomorrow on my tour bus. I'm gone for 2 months.
No, I
told him, I was like, here's the difference, Bert. And I was like, I'm not knocking you as a dad. That's your path, and you get it done. You're a great dad. I physically can't do it. So my agent called me today. It was like, hey, man, we got you an international tour. You're gone for 6 months. It's whatever, 10 million. I couldn't do it.
That's because you're a good guy.
I literally couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm not going to let you call Bert a bad guy. He's my favorite comedian.
Yeah, Bert took a Netflix show. I love Bert, but Bert took a Netflix show. Was like, I've been on the road. I've been doing all this stuff. It was fine. It was time for me to take time for myself. And he does a Netflix show where he takes time for himself, where he hangs out with Caitlyn Jenner and Nikki Glaser.
Yeah.
You're like, that
was
was
the
the
best
best
show
time
ever,
for
though.
yourself.
Bert's wild.
Yo, when Miss Pat flipped on that bitch,
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh
so
my
how do you
God.
play games on the road?
Just hook up the Xbox and do the Wi-Fi on the bus.
Xbox to like a TV on your bus?
Yeah, for sure.
There's a company called Games, GAEMS. Seriously, look it up. And if you
Sounds
want,
like
I'll
my
set you
cousin
up.
from
I'll
South
set you up with
Nashville.
them. They'll
What is
give
it?
you this thing. It's
Really?
basically like a briefcase. I play it in
Like
the
literally
airports.
Really?
GAEMS. It's like
Yeah,
a
I'll
little
look it up
briefcase
now.
you travel with, and then you
It's
just
so hard to make yourself spell games wrong, right?
If you can find GAEMS. If you find like an outlet at the airport, you can just play with this briefcase. The briefcase
Yeah, no.
holds all your shit.
But
And
he's
you-
playing on the bus, man.
I know, but like,
No, but I can do this
but
in
if
the
you're at
green
an
room.
airport, if you're
yeah,
ever,
for sure.
like you just plug it in like that. It has an HD TV screen on the top part, and it opens up.
Yeah.
Dude, they hooked up my buddy Eric Griffin. They hooked up. You got
Griffin,
our
yeah,
guys.
that's my guy, yeah.
And then, but it's the best playing system. HD TV. You just put your system right in the
that?
thing.
No, I'm gonna look it up. Then.
It's
It's fucking
so
thing's
sick.
intense.
Yeah, it's like
I
we
I just
played
play
Red Dead.
Angry Birds on my phone.
Yeah.
But
No.
I'll play like Red Dead like at the
No,
airport.
we're playing like Call of Duty a lot and shit.
Oh, it's
We're doing
so
all
good.
that shit. We're doing a lot of Warzone. Yeah, I don't know. I've been spending so much time on the fucking bus. It's like
I
just
bet
whatever I
you're
can.
gonna be happy to be home though.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah! I got 2 weeks off coming here Saturday. I got shows in
Oh, there's
Florida.
nothing better. Where at in Florida?
Jacksonville Thursday with Brantley Gilbert. Friday Panama City Beach with Brantley Gilbert.
That'll be fun.
And Saturday
so
somewhere I
dope.
would have known. I forgot, but it was somewhere right down there on that coastline.
Word.
It's gonna be fucking super fire. But the cool thing is when you were talking about that conversation we had with Bert, I got to watch it. I got to watch Bert when he talked to Chrissy D about the kids and the traveling on the road,
Yeah.
and they had a really emotional moment. That's another thing I've been catching up on. Boy, I've caught up on podcast, Bubba. Yeah, there we go. Run them Jelly Roll tour dates one time.
yeah.
Yo, the next time I'm here, I hope to come here before then. But in September, I'm playing the Honda Center in Anaheim. I know it's like
Oh, we're
an
there,
hour-
Dad.
Dude.
We're there.
Yeah, I'm at
Yes,
the Honda
we're there.
Center. It's gonna be
We're
big.
100%
So I'll be
there.
at the Honda Center in September.
I also played in the Honda Center. Not comedy. I fought there.
Really?
Do you remember every one of your fights?
Oh yeah.
So that's what I was saying earlier. Like if you fight a lot, like you
Yeah.
remember all your
Oh, I'm
fights
in the UFC though.
because it's stressful. No, but I'm saying like
Oh yeah, like it was yesterday.
it's-
Every moment
you could go. How did you do against so
You did some
wouldn't go.
amateur
I
boxing
forget.
shit though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Golden
I bet
Gloves.
you don't remember all those. There's at least a smoker
Yeah,
or
there's
two
some,
that you
yeah,
kind of just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, somebody will take
The first
Remember
few
that
guys-
time you fought in Boulder, Colorado? You're
no,
like, oh, yeah,
yeah.
fuck, okay, maybe I did.
The
I remember
UFC
that.
ones I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Honda one I remember. I fought Gabriel Gonzaga there. That was a big deal.
Yeah, that's the Shinedown tour.
Will
right
you
there.
fight all the people I don't like?
Look at
Rather
this.
not, dude.
Yeah.
for
It's
you,
down there
yes.
somewhere later. It's like going, yeah, we're getting close. We're
Oh,
getting
there we
really
are, yeah,
close.
yeah.
There it is.
Lot of dates.
October.
Yep, it's October.
Then you're in.
Do you ever have
Sacramento.
comics open for you, Joe?
Yeah, and I'm finna announce a bunch of dates
Oh
between.
fuck, dude! Yeah, Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Yeah, sold out.
That's a big deal.
Sold out.
You ever
Yeah.
have-
And
you ever have
remember, we
comics
talked
open
about
for
this
you?
when you were in Nashville, December 9th. I'm going to text you and Jay again to remember, but I want y'all to
3
come
times
out.
a
I
show.
want you to block that Friday off.
Yeah, that'd be great.
To
Bro,
Bridgestone
we gotta
Arena.
go.
Nah,
We
you
have
are.
to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seriously.
but it's right.
Dude, Red Rock-
Opening up for you on the road. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that's the
dude.
obvious.
Old
Comedy
school.
never works for opening up for music.
Never.
Yo, no, listen,
Yeah.
I can tell you where it worked.
Nightmare.
Josh Wolf did my Ryman show.
He played the guitar
Ernest.
and
love
shit.
Josh.
No. He introduced Ernest and introduced me. The trick was he just came out, kept it fun and fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did like 3 7 minutes or something like
Yeah, you
just
know
it
who
was
keeps it
real
fun?
quick.
I've done.
A lot of crowd work,
I've done
but it was
well-
only a 2,000, 3,000 cap.
No one wants to hear 15 minutes of
I know.
stand up at
I've
the
done
Honda
well in front of
Center.
musicians, and then also the worst I've ever done was in front of musicians.
Yeah.
I bombed in front of like some rapper named Chingy in St. Louis. I did so terrible that
in
That's not
front
your
of
demo.
some.
I like that when you
they
bomb it right
hated
there.
Hey, listen, for what it's worth, Chingy bombed.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
He was dope for a
He
while.
also bombed
Yeah.
right after. you.
Yeah.
I went to my green
that
room
song.
and I like sat on the floor. I didn't even want to sit on the couch. I was just like, I don't deserve a
booked that
couch.
gig? Chingy?
College.
Have you ever seen this demo?
Terrible.
It's tough.
Dude, they hated me so much. I sat on the floor and I leaned up against a mini fridge, and the magnet on the mini fridge was a suicide hotline. And I was like, this makes sense.
what was your biggest bomb?
That might have been it.
That was it for real. What do you
Open
think
for
yours was,
Chingy.
Shab?
Actually, I got a different one.
Biggest, like on tour, would be Pittsburgh was tough.
Really?
Pittsburgh was tough.
I bombed in
hilarious.
front of a band in Seattle, so the band goes. I was friends. I met the guy in a bar, like a dive bar, and he was like, "Dude, this guy's dope. I'll come see him at Giggles Comedy Club." He saw me do really well at Giggles because it's a comedy club.
Yeah.
So then, like 2 weeks later, I was like, "I want to bring some girls to your show," and he goes, "Well, I just talked to my manager. Do you want to open for us?" And I go,
Right.
Nah, I just want to come see you. And he goes, all right. So my manager said they'll give you a free bar tab if you come open for us. I
So-
said, nah, no, because I was kind of an open micer. I was kind of new. I was
Yeah.
kind of green. I do well in comedy clubs, but I wasn't like
Yeah.
ready for that.
Not for you.
I only been doing comedy for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And so then he goes, all right, how about this? My manager, because we're just going back and text. He goes, free bar tab, and I'll give you $200. And at that point in my career, I'm just living in a
Lot of
car.
money,
I'm like
yeah.
kind of homeless.
Yeah.
I mean, homeless people don't have cars, but I had a car. I slept in a car. And so I was like, I can't say no to $200 and free drinks. So I go, fuck it, I'll do it. Dude, I bombed so hard that 2 guys got kicked out of the venue because they wanted to fight me. They're trying to get on stage.
Yes.
You know,
I
who's a beast? Jim Brewer opened for Metallica.
Oh, Jim Brewer's great.
Yeah.
But I've seen him bomb before. I mean, like, the wrong venue is the wrong
It's
venue.
a tough gig, but Jim Brewer, a lot of times, he crushed.
Oh, he
it.
crushed it, dude.
Yeah, but still,
He
even-
might be the most
even-
famous guy I've ever seen really bomb.
You know what I think the sheer
yeah, I've
difference
seen some
is the standing and sitting.
Yeah.
Like the idea of like most venues like have a pit
Right.
that's standing only. So it's like they came here to socialize before music.
Right.
They're standing, they're talking. There's a different mindset. Where like
Yeah.
when I go to
Yeah.
comedy, I'm always sitting. I've
And you have
never
to
seen
pay
a comedy
attention.
show that I was standing up for.
No,
I'm
that'd be
always
bad.
sitting. It is always attentive. You know you're coming to be attentive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's just a different mindset. My
Agreed.
biggest bomb have 2, but one of them was Chelsea
As
Handler.
a musician,
Yeah. Oh fuck. You think we don't have to deal with the Boo Birds?
I
too,
would
Bubba?
love to hear this because I didn't
I got
think-
2 great ones. The first one is Chelsea Handler invited me to come speak at Princeton with her for a Netflix documentary at Princeton. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm coming. And she was like, will you sing a couple songs after you speak? I was like, yeah, whatever. So I come, first of all, I'm smoking weed in Princeton. It looks like fucking Hogwarts, right? And we're smoking out there. We're getting high. We go to this little green room, and this is goddamn Princeton. It's like the library. They made it like into a Netflix area where they're doing like a serious film about white privilege or something. And I'm like, fucking, I'm in Princeton, right? Yeah, I can't believe I'm here. And I just love Chelsea, so I'm like, whatever. And me and my guitar player in the back, and he's like, what 2 songs are we gonna do? And I was like, these two. And then in the bottom of the ninth, I was like, we need to do this certain song. And he was like, young man looks at me. He goes, not the crowd. I go, now trust me, man, they're going to feel it. It's honest and real. He was like, this ain't the place for honest and real. These are Princeton kids.
Yeah,
Nobody's here on a
college
fucking
crowd.
scholarship, dog.
Yep.
Everybody paid millions of dollars. This ain't it. Trust me. You're not playing Tennessee State. This isn't Auburn. He was like, we're at Princeton. They're not going to feel it. Nobody here has ever been through any kind of struggle in their life.
No one can relate to that.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm like,
Their biggest struggle is
trust
men
me.
over explaining things to them. Microaggressions.
I'm like, look, I've never got to tell the story full. So I get up there and we're talking, and I can tell that I'm not winning the crowd over talking neither. It's like a
You know the vibe. You feel it. You're like 2 minutes in, you're like,
I'm
it's gonna be a
saying
long
funny
set.
stuff, and I'm
go,
like,
yeesh.
man, this is brutal. And we're just having like dialogue conversation, and I'm just like, I'm being funny because my whole thing in this documentary was I just didn't, everybody else was there on some serious shit, and I was just there on some like, I want to be on Netflix shit.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? So they were like, what do you think about this? I was like, fuck, I don't, man. I'm high. I just came here because I'm in Princeton. Crickets. I was like, God, that should have worked.
Yeah, they're
we're
not
just
there for that.
Yeah, and we played the first song, and it's kind of a moving song, and they're kind of just at least obligatorily nodding.
Someone yelled out, "What's your pronouns?"
Yeah, right. Yeah. So the second song, it's called The Smoking Section. It's one of my favorite songs. I Hope Heaven Has a Smoking Section. And I do a bridge, and I'm like, yo, if you've ever lost someone you love, then put your hands up and sing this motherfucker with us.
Not one person.
Not a hand. And I'm like, I hope that, and never in my life have I done that part, and somebody didn't go sing it with me.
Princeton,
'Cause by
dog.
then they get it, but I hope that.
No.
Silence, dude. I was like,
Nobody.
listen, I finished. And it was so brutal.
I would have been like, fuck
One
y'all.
person went to clap. They went. And when they realized nobody was riding with them, they went.
stopped.
Yeah, they realized they were wrong.
That face.
They agreed with the mob. They go, oh, sorry, I clapped.
I guess one poor soul felt bad and thought maybe they'd get a little group.
Fuck,
Second one, Cypress Hill, Aztec Theater,
Love Cypress Hill.
San Antonio, Texas. We come out on stage early in my career, 2014 or something, right? Nobody knows our songs. We're the first act on a Cypress Hill 25th anniversary tour or some shit. 20th anniversary tour.
They're dying for Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
Do not give a fuck.
They are all insane in the
this was my
membrane.
Yes.
first time
Hot,
past
too.
like Houston. So like we did Louisiana, I crushed. We did Birmingham, I crushed. They took me because it was the South.
Yeah.
But this was like as far west as I had ever been, or yeah, I guess wherever San Antonio. It's the furthest I'd ever been.
Fan
in
base
Texas.
hasn't touched those parts yet.
They had no
Back
clue
then.
Jelly Roll was a human. I'm killing
Yeah.
in Houston, so I'm on a high horse. I'm like, we're finna fuck. It's gonna be great. My wife's there. We're just like courting. Like we haven't even like fucked or nothing. Like we're like friending it.
She thinks you're a
figuring it
big
out.
deal. Could be crushing every other city.
Right. She's there. I go up on stage, and the first song, I'm like, put your motherfucking hands up, and no hands went up. 3,500 people. And I'm
Don't
like,
tell us what to do.
this is a show. Like normally you can win with that at least once, no matter what. If you overdo it, they'll quit putting their hands
Yeah,
up.
they're trying to
But you
party.
at least get one early
Yeah.
in your career where people are like, yeah, I'll put my hand up with whoever.
But
this
doesn't
guy
Cypress
is.
Hill do that
It's
too?
rock. Yeah, well, they don't fucking know me, right?
Yeah, let's get
But
going here,
normally,
man.
like I said, you'll get one. You know, where they're just like, all right, we'll give you a chance. We're with
Yeah.
you. We'll rock. We'll show you we give you
Yeah.
a chance.
Yeah.
Not one. I look stage right, and there's a group that have begun to be the Boo Birds. And I keep hearing them periodically. It's like 10 of them. The Boo.
You want to be like,
Boo. And I'm like, and I had a moment of clarity between song 1 and 2. Like, there's a clear moment of silence, and all of them in unison went, boo, real quick. And I was like, I looked at the DJ, I was like, drop the goddamn song. We need to drown out the Boo Birds. And I know how the Boo Birds work. They spread fast.
yeah.
It is the early
Yes.
COVID.
It's an
Yeah,
easy
right?
recruitment.
No,
yeah.
it's like Omicron, dude. It's that new variant. that-
Evil spreads
Work.
fast.
Yeah.
I was like, this is it. It's finna happen. I went over and I rapped every bar of this verse in this little group.
At
like,
them?
I was fucking almost in his nose. And it's like, I had like a really aggressive song.
Yeah.
So I'm just fucking you motherfucker. And the more I did it, the more he kind of went, and then he went,
I respect-
No, they got
I
it.
respect
and I
Yeah.
was like, and at that moment I was like, cool. And I didn't like crush. But at least I left with an obligatory like.
At least you went over the boo bird.
Yeah.
And your girl was
I
like,
prevented what could have been a shitstorm.
Nightmare.
Right? You know what
Because
I'm
that's
saying?
what hate is. Hate's like cowardly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you look at him, he goes, all right, I like this guy.
Yeah. When I could, because I think I was giving him the look in his face like, I will let y'all beat me up before I let you boo me. Like, I will jump down and y'all will have to kick my ass in here
And was your
before
girl-
you get the other 2,800 people booing.
dude, was your girl at the time like, huh?
Yeah, she was like,
Well,
okay, well,
that's interesting.
He's a little gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, she
Turns
took that
out he's
from me.
human.
Yeah. I went to the merch booth because back then you're like, after every show, you're like, yo, I do this every night, y'all. Cypress Hill's not coming on this stage for 30 minutes. No matter how much you chant for him, you might as well come buy a t-shirt, meet me. 7 people came to the fucking merch booth that night. It was
dude.
brutal. One of them I called the birthday Mexican. The whole time he was there, he's like, I didn't know you, but I came to meet you because this is my
you were
birthday.
great.
And you know, I didn't think I'd like you, but you're okay. And
Yeah,
this is
you're
my
okay.
birthday. Yeah, call him the birthday.
Trying to get
Mexican.
free merch?
Yeah, he just kept telling
get
me.
away
Do you have any tapes?
Yeah, because this is my birthday. And I was finally
You keep saying your birthday, my man. And,
because my wife was standing at the booth with me. She was like, "It's that guy's birthday," and I was like, "Yeah."
That's great.
I love it, man. Well, it's fucking 10:40, boys. You gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, fuckers.
Sir.
Hold on, can we? I just want to say, like, Jelly Roll, I love you,
I love you, Chin.
dude. So I listen to country radio all the time. His song "Son of a Sinner," which I love so much,
#1 song.
it started popping up here, dude,
Yes, sir.
Meaning,
on 105.1.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, Go Country.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
so
sir. That's why I listen to
insane.
Go
So it's so
Country. Yeah,
freaking
yeah, Go
amazing.
Country.
So congrats, dude.
It's getting unreal, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. And thank y'all for always having me. Thank you for doing this
Oh,
late
we
night
fucking
thing.
love you, man.
We'll come
You
back
can't
and do
come to
all
LA
of-
and not come here.
You did. I had to come see the establishment, Bubba.
We had to, brother. We love you, Jelly. Jeff, you're the man.
Thanks for having me,
Thanks for
man.
letting me
Yeah,
know.
I'm in Arizona this
late.
weekend.
Oh,
This weekend, you're in.
I'm in Arizona this weekend at CB Live in Phoenix.
That'd be fun.
Also, Jelly Roll,
Yes, sir.
hold on. Let's see.
July
Let's see
28th.
first.
I'm
home.
in Nashville
I'm home.
at the Cystic Fibrosis. It's like we're comedy for a cause. So July 28th, 2022. That's this year, obviously. July 28th. I'm doing the amphitheater, so that's good. And then Tampa, Florida, Side Splitters. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to get people to
the
Nashville.
Ascend
What's that?
Amphitheater. Ascend Amphitheater.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get people to come to that. It's gonna be
I'll
a big
be there.
venue.
I'll post it. I'll come hang out. for
Yeah,
sure.
it'll be
Yep.
fun. We'll drink a bunch. Nashville's big. Arizona this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm also at the Laugh Factory on next Sunday for Chicago because I'm throwing the first pitch for the White Sox.
Oh, motherfucker.
Fucking yeah.
Doing the pitch thing.
I know. I'm gonna hook you up though. I am.
All right.
I got you. I'm making these contacts.
Thanks, brother.
I'm throwing a pitch for the Giants, the Pirates, the
That is
Orioles, the
dope.
White Sox.
All right. And Jelly, you got coming up. You're in
a lot of
Jacksonville
shit.
on June 30th.
Yep.
Dude, you have
Kansas
a lot
City,
of dates, Jelly.
July 1st, July 15th. You're in Cancel Bluff. Was that Iowa?
See them 2 weeks I told you I'm finally home?
Yeah, I see you, dog.
Oh, I lied. I'm not home July
Cheyenne,
28th. I straight
Wyoming.
lied.
Oh, you're
I
doing
thought it
Frontier
was.
Days.
Yeah, I'm doing Frontier Days.
Yo, bro, I might come into that.
Tailgates and talk. Yep.
Do you know Chansey?
I don't know. I'm doing it with Co Wetzel and Nelly that night.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Tailgates and Tall Boys is another big one. Bossier City's going to be dope. And then September 2nd, Rocklahoma kicks off the Shinedown tour. That will be me and Shinedown playing amphitheaters and arenas everywhere. It's going to be fucking nuts, which will be the Honda Center. And then I have a bunch of dates I'm fixing to announce that'll go from
you got a
October
bunch on there,
15th
brother.
until it's.
Dude,
it's
Chansey is in Frontier Days the same time you are. Oh, you don't know Chansey?
You don't know, man.
I don't know Chancey. Chancey, what's he do?
You'd love. He's a country music star. He's
You don't
performing
know
with
him, though,
you.
you know?
He's doing it the 28th because Cheyenne Frontier Days is 8 days long.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so he could be another night. No, he
Kept asking if he knows him.
It's funny
Why is
because
it-
Sean was like, you don't know. It's like,
Well,
when I
He's
was
like, come on,
confused, I was
Chancey.
like,
He's
I don't
like,
think.
nah, I don't know him. He's like,
This
bro,
guy knows
Chance.
every musician.
Yeah.
He got mad at me because I didn't know Juice WRLD.
I think he might be Chancey and Juice WRLD are two different people from
All right,
fucking
Chancey's a big
okay,
deal.
How dare you? Maybe
George Bentley's there.
there's a lot of big artists there. But we don't know Chancey.
No, it's like an 8-day thing.
All right.
So we're like one night is I know my roster is me, Co Wetzel, and Nelly.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Nelly.
Yeah.
Some big, yeah.
You know that guy? You ever heard of him?
I heard of him.
Okay.
St. Louis, dude. Going down, baby.
Is this you shop? Fort Wayne, Indiana?
Fort Wayne, Indiana, July 14th, 16th, Fort Wayne, Indiana, new club out there. Then San Diego, Laugh Factory, San Diego is July 21st, 23rd. Baltimore is August 4th through the 6th. Appleton is September 8th through the 10th. Houston, Boston, tickets at thickboy.com or fatkz.com. All right, guys. Love you. Jelly,
Love
thanks
y'all.
for doing this, brother.
Thank you,
Fucking
brother.
love you, man. Keep
Thank
crushing
you.
it. Jeffy.
Thank you, brothers.
motherfucking
Thank you,
best.
Chin. Thank you, Big Hurl.
This is
Love you,
Fine
Jelly.
Kid. We're out.